watching some of last night, I think we can kind of say, and I'm a nut whacker, but as the Kansas City Chiefs have shown, nut whack is dead there. I'm not doing that yet, Jell. I'm not doing that. But boy, I'm getting close. I'm not doing that. Not doing it. I don't think the Eagles are one of the top 3 threats to the Packers anymore to go to the Super Bowl.
Oh, do I hear a power rankings opportunity there?
Sure, if we want to, I'm up for that.
Okay.
Well, this is pretty standard protocol right now.
For sure.
But yeah, Jesse, I don't know if you got any music that's royalty free. I don't want anything royalty related.
Sure, yeah. Let me.
Do you have any royalty free?
Let me check the royalty free.
He composed something earlier today on his little portable piano.
It took me a long time to get in here today, but I did have enough time to come up with this special music for this particular exercise.
What do you think of my mug today? How good is this mug?
You got to hold it where we can actually see it.
Oh, nice Santa mug, yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with his eyes.
Is he winking at you?
He got a sty.
Yeah.
He's got like a sty.
I'm more concerned about his nose. It's like a combo Santa
Put that
Rudolph.
back up there. Let us see that again. Yeah, what's going on?
It looks bloody. Santa looks like he's kind of got beaten around a little bit, doesn't he?
He must have run into Bucky recently.
What the hell happened to this Santa now that I'm looking at it? Santa's beat up.
Number 3
right, tell me
of the
where I'm
threats.
I'm just going to give you a quick power ranking of who I feel are the biggest threats in the NFC to the G&G. And obviously, I think number 1 is the St. Louis/Los Angeles Rams. I think they're the top threat. Then I think we go with the Seattle Seahawks as number 2. And I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers as the 3.
What?
I think the NFC West are our biggest threats to this team heading west to go chase its 14th championship. Those are my top 3. And by the way, if I'm putting a 4th in there, I'm putting a team that's not even in the playoffs yet.
The Arizona Cardinals?
That's the Detroit Lions.
Oh, okay.
The Detroit Lions would be my 4th. So those are that's my top 3. Where do you guys stand? Do you guys agree, disagree, or where are you boys at?
If I may ask a follow-up first, if that'd be okay with you.
It'll be your first time you've asked a solid follow-up in a while. So yes.
Good one. Why the 49ers? What makes you say that?
Just that team is gritty, and I've seen it too many times. I've seen it too many times in the playoffs. I don't want any part of playing San Fran. None. Like, if we're a 2 seed and San Fran's a 7, I ain't loving that. If we're a 3 and they're a 6, I ain't loving that. So,
so you have kind
history.
of PTSD from losses.
It's Kyle
to the
Shanahan.
49ers. Yeah.
Obviously, the fact that their 2 stud defenders are out would be, but San Francisco has just found a way. They deserve credit, and I don't want any part of them. So that's why I put them at 3.
Yeah, I like what you've done there. As of now, only one of those top 2 teams, who both are 10-3, one will be a wild card and one will win the division. And since the NFL has not changed their seeding protocols, the loser.
And by the way, they should not.
I agree.
Change their seeding.
Totally,
protocols.
100% agree with you.
I'm so sick of everybody crying. Oh my God, it's so unfair. Get over it. Win the division. And if you don't, you should go beat a bad team. If you're a championship team, you can go win a road playoff game.
Yeah.
Stop pouting and crying about it.
So one of the if the Packers win the NFC North, which I think we agree, we believe they will. It won't be easy still. It's not they're not on easy street at this point, but
no.
They would get a home game first. And maybe they get a first-round playoff bye, and then they get a home game. We'll have to wait and see if they get the number 1 overall seed.
I'll tell you this, J-Dub. The game that we need to pull for Detroit in a big way against the Rams.
Yep.
Because if that doesn't happen, basically the Rams-Seahawks game, I don't see either of those teams losing again except to each other.
Right.
So we need the Rams to lose to the Lions and beat Seattle. That, I think, is our formula. Although one of them plays San Francisco again. I don't know how that will – I think it's the Rams play San Francisco again. I don't know how that will shake out. But we need Detroit to beat up. But I don't know if I want Detroit. Now, it's a real conundrum. I don't know if I want Detroit in the playoffs.
So, it's amazing how on the same page we are today in simpatico. Because my question for you was about to be, let's say the Packers win the NFC North. And all 4 of those teams that you've listed, because one would be the division winner and the other 3 theoretically would be the 3 wild cards. Right, and
5 and 6 or 5 and 7 seed.
Right,
Yeah.
Philly's going to win the NFC East.
Philly's winning the East, and
right.
they'll be a 3 seed.
Okay,
and then the 4 seed will be Tampa or Charlotte.
So now I would like you to re-rank your 4 on who you like best coming to Lambeau Field, who you like your chances best against if you're the Packers. Like, I would say that if I have to choose between going to L.A. and going to Seattle, I think I pick L.A. because I feel like my fans can get their hands on tickets, even though it's a playoff game. But
I'll say this. Seattle, in a weird deal, they're not as good at home as they've been. It's odd because I know that is a really difficult place to play. And by the way, home field is important. I've always been a huge home field advocate. But I'd much rather have Sam Darnold, our defense going against Sam Darnold than Matthew Stafford. And then a Puka and a Devontae. So, you know what? Scrap that. Take me to Seattle. Wake me up in Seattle. I'm not messing with the Rams, to me, are the biggest test. That will be the biggest test.
Wherever you play them.
Either place. Right. Preferably here because I don't know how Stafford handles the cold. But then I think back, he played pretty well in Philly last year, and he didn't have Devontae, who Devontae can play in the cold. We've seen that. So, I don't want the Rams. I think if I had to rank this, who I want to see Green Bay play, it would go Seattle, Detroit, San Fran, Rams. That's how I'd look at it.
Yeah, okay. I'm on board with that. My last question on this, and then I know Jesse's dying to tell his pizza story. Are you in any way leery of the Detroit Lions and the old cliche, it's hard to beat the same team 3 times in the same season?
Yeah, I don't want to see Detroit again. And I don't think we will unless it's a 2-7 matchup. That's I think the only avenue. But yeah, I think Detroit, there's something we play. We played obviously a very aggressive, good game. That game was right down the middle. Now, playing at home, we'd have a huge advantage, as we saw in the opener. But Dan Campbell's team, they're playoff tested. I don't want any part of Detroit either. I mean, we'll take it if we have to, and we want it to be at Lambeau. But, yeah, I don't want to play Detroit again. There's no doubt we could beat them, but I think Detroit could scare us a lot more than maybe a couple of these other teams.
All right. We are in lockstep on all this. I am hopeful.
Are we in agreement that we're not that worried about the Eagles anymore?
Yes. Even though they beat the Packers earlier this season.
We played so bad.
I'm not in agreement. I disagree.
You're all in on Philly.
I'm still worried about Philadelphia until they are out of the mix. Yes.
Because of Nutwack?
Because of Nutwack, because they're going to win the NFC East, so they're kind of cruising to the finish line here. They get checked. They always seem to turn it on at the right time. Sirianni always has a system to figure it out.
Everybody got fired.
Well,
except for
that
2 years
they did stumble to the finish line 2 years ago, but everybody got old. They revamped it last year. They've been to the Super Bowl 2 out of 3 years. They were right there having a chance to win it against Kansas City the first time around. They dominated last year. I am not ruling out Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley in the snow, in the cold, that's a threat come postseason time if they're coming to Lambeau or hosting or whatever. I'm worried about Philadelphia.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
That's a fair counterpoint.
Pull it. Are you worried? I don't know how you want to phrase that, Jason. You're really good. Which team are you
Yeah, we can pull it, but I would say that I kind of want. And look, the Packers have a very big game. I know it's out of the conference, but if they can go to Denver and do something that Tausch predicted in spring they would not be able to do, and that is win, it changes the calculus a bit for then their following game against the Bears at Soldier Field. Because the Bears have the Browns, who are terrible, and in theory anyway, we could be right back where we
against Green Bay back in September.
Sure. But in theory, we could be right back where we started before this past Sunday's game, where if the Packers lose
Jason,
to the...
by the way, no, I would say this. That Bears game in Chicago is going to be everything, regardless if we win or lose.
Well,
yeah. No, I think it's more... Chicago's going to lose a couple games here, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And one of them is going to more than likely beat us down there, unless maybe I'm crazy. We'll see.
Yeah, I just think if they beat the Browns like they should at home, and if the Packers, as you predicted in the spring, lose at Denver, then you're back in the scenario where the winner of that game on Saturday, December 20th, is in first place, whereas you have a little wiggle room. If you beat the Broncos and they beat the Browns, even if you don't win in Chicago, you still have a chance to win the division, because the Bears may lose another one. I think they have the Lions in their last game. So I'm interested to say this weekend.
Boy. Detroit will need to win that bad boy to get in the playoffs against Chicago. Yep.
All right. Well, if you have leaky, creaky, squeaky, drafty windows, you need to call Gina Della and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Indeed we do, and ensure your home remains comfortable before the brutal post-holiday winter. And, Santa's magical, but his elves, they're not qualified to build Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. So instead of going through the big red guy, take advantage of the Gina deal. 0% interest for 24 months. You can pay 0 interest for all the way up to 24 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Pella's elves, they install year-round and will finish installation in as little as a day. But hurry up, the deal ends December 31st. So schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions do apply. See showroom for details.
Jesse, is this pizza story going to live up to its build-up?
Probably not at this point.
Okay, I appreciate your honesty.
What does that mean?
Way to really sell it. Jesse's potentially underwhelming pizza story, before we talk to Evan Cohen, is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan. Less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
Diamond stud earrings are the Christmas gift that shines brighter than the tree.
If she already has a pair of natural diamond studs from Kessler's, bring them in and we'll give you 100% of the price you pay.
When you trade them in on a larger pair of diamond stud earrings.
That's been our policy for more than 30 years.
We have diamond studs from $198 up to $40,000.
And we have 0% financing for 18 months with approved credit.
And 0% is a really low interest rate.
Some people say that 0% is the very best interest rate.
Diamond studs always fit perfectly.
They never go out of style.
And you can wear them with anything.
If you want to trade in her old natural diamond studs from Kessler's on some bigger diamond studs from Kessler's,
go ahead and pick up her new ones today.
And you can bring in the old ones after the holidays.
Come to Kessler's.
Bigger is better. And blue diamonds are you diamonds.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you and our holiday hours, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
It's the holiday season, a special time to celebrate with family, friends, and coworkers. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Let us help you with your holiday celebration. Whether you're having a small family gathering, a bigger bash with friends and relatives, or a company party, we've got everything you need at the lowest prices in town. Discount Liquor is your one-stop gift shop with over 100 varieties of liquor, beer, and wine gift sets for everyone on your list. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma in Milwaukee and on Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com. And from our family to yours, have a happy and safe holiday season.
Discount liquor.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
We'll get this question into the field on our various social media platforms. And I may only be half listening when Jesse tells us his pizza story, which he teased yesterday, held on to because it was late in the show, and now the floor is his.
So my parents came up on Sunday afternoon to watch the game with Beck and I at our house. And Mo. We had a good time. And we were going to order some pizza to have as our dinner. I wanted to order the pizza before the game and get it and have it at home so that you could just kind of eat it throughout the course of the game, and then no one would have to leave in the middle of the game. My mom insisted we get the pizza at halftime because they were going to eat before they drove up, and she wanted it to be hot when we had it for dinner. She didn't want it to be sitting around for a couple of hours. So I obliged.
Acquiesced.
Is that the word I'm looking for? Acquiesced.
Yep.
Sure. And I ordered the pizza with, I think it was around the 2-minute warning of the first half. Pizza place is only a couple minutes away from our house.
Oh, it's too late.
No, it's only a couple.
It's too late.
Pizza place is only a couple of minutes from our house. Also, the Bears had like a 9-minute drive where the clock didn't stop there in the second quarter. So I was going to order it around 5 or 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
10 minutes before halftime. It takes 12 minutes to make the pizza.
Well, I mean, the whole
and another 15.
The whole thing was she didn't want the pizza to be cold, and the worst case scenario would have been you
want
order
it there
too
at
early.
halftime.
If you
I
order
already have a big mistake by you already. Clock management, very McCarthy-esque so far. Go ahead, Jesse.
So we get to halftime. They say 15 minutes for the pizza. 15 minutes. Perfect. Takes about 7-8 minutes to get there. 2-minute warning. Time runs out on the first half. I think somebody scored with like 38 seconds left or whatever happened. So there was a good stoppage. We knew the clock was going to run out. So we even left a couple of seconds before the end of the first half knowing we weren't going to miss anything. We didn't. So I get to the pizza place, and I go in, I pay, and they say it's not ready yet. All right, that's not surprising. And
that's because there's a Packer game and pizza place gets overwhelmed.
And there's a
Jason, can you agree that this clock management is already very suspect by Gel?
I couldn't agree with you more, and you have to understand the football Sunday pizza conundrum.
Yes.
Then why did they say it was only going to be 15 minutes?
Because they're an optimistic
It's not about what they say, Gel. You're a pizza connoisseur.
Place.
You know?
They say 15 minutes. I expect if you tell me 45 to 50 minutes, great. At least I can frame it that way, and I can stick around and leave.
You have to know that. Okay, continue.
At no
this
point,
is such a mismanagement.
At no point when he gave you the 15-minute prediction, you did not think in any way, boy, that sure seems optimistic during a Packers game.
Seems tight. Seems very tight.
Yeah.
It seemed optimistic, but I thought, great, I must have beat the rush. Everybody was planning to do the same thing I was doing. We're good. So 15 minutes. So I'm there. I go in. I pay right away. I say, is it ready? Nope. Going to be a few minutes. All right. Whatever. So sitting around, and there's all these other people sitting in the area waiting for the pizza. And I'm like, oh, no, this is going to be a thing. I hope I'm in front of these people. And so I went. I'm sitting there, and then I see the third quarter kicked off, and I'm following along on my phone. I'm like, all right, the internet wasn't good enough to pull up the video stream of the game. So that was tumultuous. And at worst case scenario, I didn't want to miss any of the game. So I asked them again. I went up there. I say, hey, is the pizza ready for Jesse yet? After a few had been taken, they go, we don't have one listed for a Jesse. Oh. I said, what do you mean? And then there's only 2 people working, so it's crazy how much they're running back and forth for each thing. So then they come up and they say, what'd you have? And then I said it was 2 large pizzas, blah, 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 blah. All right. They figured out it was under Jeffrey. So that was...
From Celebration?
No, not with a G. Jesse, Jeffrey.
Joffrey?
I don't know how they spelled it. It might have been with a G. I don't know.
Jeffrey Nelson.
So
good old Jeff.
So that we figured that mystery out, and then they said it's not ready yet. And at this point, we're 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. What are we doing? And they said it's going to be another 10, 15 minutes or so. I said, that's how long you said it was going to be when I first ordered it. Now it's going to be that again?
Jeffrey's getting mad. Don't get Jeffrey mad.
So they said it's going to be 10, 15 more minutes. So I went out to my car. I turn on Wayne and Larry. I'm listening to the game. I hear Christian Watson's great touchdown, and then Tausch talking smack in our text about how great Christian Watson looks. And I can't even tell you how great Christian Watson looks because I have to imagine it the way Wayne and Larry describe him running to the end zone because I don't have eyes on the game. So eventually the pizza is finally done. It took another 20 or 25 minutes before it was actually ready. I get back with 5 seconds left in the third quarter. I walk in. And I was pretty irritated, as one could probably expect, with the entire plan being to order the pizza at halftime. And I missed the entire third quarter. Did not have eyes on what the Packers did.
Question, if I may, Gel.
Oh, you may.
Yes, sir.
They deliver pizza still, right?
They do.
And we just didn't want to do a delivery. It's cold out. You're
Cutting
a highly
some financial
successful
corners.
producer of a highly successful radio show. You make big money and get a lot of vacation time. What? You just didn't want to deliver? You thought it would be faster to pick up?
So the other component of this, Becca's car had gotten some work. She was out of town over the weekend. Her car was getting some work done, and it was ready for her to pick up. So she went with me. I dropped her off. Her car was near the pizza place. So I dropped her off to get her car to drive it home because she needed it on Monday.
Deal. What else they got around there? You got a nail salon? Sounds like they got everything right there.
It's like a mall in the 80s. They have everything. So that was part of it. So that's why we chose to go with the pickup option. I also thought it would be faster because I didn't want to get stuck waiting.
And you decided to jam all this in during halftime of the Packer game, which, by the way, you're supposed to be watching as part of your job.
Understood.
But you decide you want to run errands during the Packer game. Okay, continue.
I wanted to get the pizza before the game started to have it right away, so we didn't have to do this.
You're
and we
putting
could have
this
got
on
back.
Mommy?
Yes.
Are you putting this all on
entirely?
Mommy?
Entirely. Not entirely. Obviously, the pizza place is at fault to a certain extent for lying about how long it was going to take, and it took like an hour to get the pizza when they said 15 minutes, which is pretty ridiculous.
King of no accountability.
So that was pretty rough. So I'm going 50% pizza place, 50% mom for not being a good guest and acquiescing.
You got to put some on Becca. Hold up. You're putting some on Becca because you had to take her to get her car. Otherwise, you'd have gotten delivery.
Right.
So
well,
Becca's got to be. Are you?
She was open to doing that before the game or any other time too. So I'm not gonna. That maybe 2% for her. Sure.
How much is on you for your crappy clock management?
None. I had a perfect plan set up based on all the information presented. I had a perfect plan set up. Ordered the pizza. 15 minutes from the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes in football took 7-8 minutes to play. You get there. You pick it up just after halftime starts. You get back. Kickoff third quarter. Easy peasy.
I'm going to tell you this. It's 80% your fault, 20% pizza parlor.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom is completely clear of this. You decided to go along with her decision.
How can she be completely clear of it?
Hold up. Order it with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. It gives you a buffer. They have heat pockets at the pizza joints. They keep the pizzas hot. You grab it and you go. And you just go in and pick it up and go. You ain't waiting in line. If it's out there 5 minutes, it ain't going to ruin your za. You just butchered this thing so badly. You burn a timeouts in the first quarter. You're challenging things you shouldn't. And that leaves you to be sitting there with nothing to do with no pizza. And you barely get back for the fourth quarter of football. It's so mismanaged.
It was terrible.
So mismanaged.
It was terrible.
You did this play out? Did you think we were going to side with you on this?
I thought there would be a little bit of sympathy.
This feels like
you ordered it with 10 minutes left. I'm giving you sympathy.
I can't believe that my mom is getting 0% of the blame for a list of demands on when the pizza needed to be ordered because she wanted a hot pizza.
She didn't say when it was ordered. Whoa. She never once said she wanted it at halftime, which is a very reasonable time to eat pizza for a game. If you grabbed it at the end of the second quarter, you would have been great.
Everybody knows that for what we do here on a regular basis, for the Barry Alvarez show and College Game Day and all the shows that I'm part of on a regular basis, it is important for me.
Well, you are a part of a lot of shows.
It is important.
Work really hard.
I do, yeah. It's important for me to have eyes on the Packers games and the Badgers games every week. And for there to be, from the jump, a plan in place that would allow for no possibility for there to be any disruption and for the demand to be otherwise is what set us up for failure in the first place.
All right,
your plan is what failed. Your plan.
All right, so I want to get to Evan Cohen, but I want to ask you this because here's one of the look. You're a good sport. We give you a hard time a lot, and we love you. I would say that it feels like when it comes to taking responsibility for mishaps, that's not necessarily your area of expertise. So my question for you is...
That's the only child syndrome, by the way.
Yes, undeniably so. Yes. Yes. My question for you is, now that both of us have roundly sided with others and decided that you deserve the lion's share of the blame here.
Pizza place says 15 minutes, Tauscher. So you got to know better than what they tell you.
You do. He's right. I agree. You have to have some measure.
If it was a random Tuesday at 5 o'clock,
right.
I'm with you. It's a blanking Packers game. Dude.
Yes. My question for you is, what did you learn from this, and what would you do differently? Because I get the sense that despite our critique and our criticism of you, you think you did nothing wrong and you would do it the exact same way over again because it's all the pizza place's fault for underestimating how long it would take for you to get your pizza. The halftime is 12 minutes, man. There's not even enough time. They talk about
college football. College football, you would have still would have. college football, you would have been wrong, even with that long 20-minute half.
Well, when they say it's going to take 15 minutes and it takes 55 to get the pizza, yeah, I'm going to miss some of it if I play it that way. But if
Jesse,
you would have told me
like
from the jump it's going to be 45 minutes, I could at least say, all right, I'm going to leave with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
But
I'll send Becca to go get it. I'll send my mom to go get it. She volunteered to go get it if we needed that, if it was going to be during the game. Fine. We were good otherwise because of what they told me. They lied.
Liars.
Okay. What's the verdict on whether this lived up to our expectations?
That's a good story.
It is a good
drove
story.
Good dialogue, which is what I'm always looking for. I appreciate Jesse bringing it, and I don't know why he can't just fess up and say, I should have called in the order earlier.
Yeah.
Everything else, if he would have just said, my bad, and then also, I think we'd have been much more harsh on the pizza joint.
Correct.
Jeff Hafley also gets a little bit of blame here for not getting a stop during that long Bears drive to get a TV timeout.
Oh, you want to put Hafley in the pie chart?
Yeah, I could have ordered it if the Packers would have got the Bears off the field with 6 minutes to go in the quarter. That would have been the designated pizza order time, and none of this happened. So
I will let Jeff know
on Jeff Hafley
on Thursday.
First half, he was good. Second half.
Jeff, before I ask you about your run defense, I'm curious. Let me tell you a little story first. Let me tell you a story. Oostburg, right? You love people from Oostburg, even though they got the better of you during your high school career.
No, I don't love people from Oostburg.
Well, you love one of your buddies from Kohler Services.
He's a hell of an installer. Chris from Oostburg, hell of an installer, hell of a guy at Kohler Services. But no, I don't like Oostburg. That is my Jesse. What is your McGuanago?
McGuanago,
it's
yeah.
my Oostburg. Yeah. But we do love it, and you know what? What a time to get your new bath or shower or get a remodel, and that's from Kohler Services, of course. Family-owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, you can get your Lugstone shower remodel and zero-interest financing for 12 months, and you get that free shower door. Is Gilligan's Island's theme song royalty-free, Jesse?
That's a good question.
Maybe.
So I can't sing.
No, you can sing anything you want. Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but you can get a free shower door with that Lugstone shower purchase. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that is KohlerServicesWI.com.
Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
This fall, make 3rd Street Market Hall your one-stop, must-stop destination to eat, drink, and play. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 15 locally owned food vendors, a self-service beer wall featuring 30 Wisconsin breweries, over 50 HD TVs, and happy hour specials all week. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch. 3rd Street Market Hall is your home away from home or office. Visit 3rdstreetmarkethall.com for menus, events, and more information.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
Your defense was lights out last night. Knocked the hell out of Justin Herbert. Sacked him 7 times. I feel bad for the guys on the Philadelphia Eagles defense because they played their asses off, and they got nothing for it. And it's because of the problems on the offense. And everybody keeps telling me that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be fine. They've earned the benefit of the doubt. Look how dominant they were last year. Remember last year we were critical of them in November and December. No. This is different than last year. The offense is in shambles. In 4 of the last 5 games, they failed to crack 20 points. And in the one game where they did score north of 20, they got 21 points in a loss to the Dallas Cowboys. That was when the offense collapsed and didn't score in the second half. The offense is a problem. The offense is an impediment to this team being able to repeat as champs. And the offense is not going to get right until the quarterback gets right.
NBA is happening Christmas Day. 5 games, 1 unforgettable lineup.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Buckets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition.
Christmas is our day.
With star power from across the globe.
It's the stars. They are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
There's no better place to shop for the sports fan in your life than Brewtown Trading Co. Milwaukee. Not only do they have the largest selection of sports cards in the Midwest, they have the best prices too. Framed jerseys ready for the man cave? Check. Sealed hobby and blaster boxes of the hottest releases? Check. One-of-a-kind items you won't find anywhere else? Triple check. Open 7 days a week at 4285 South 76th Street and 24 hours a day at BrewtownTrading.com. Make this holiday extra special for the sports fan in your life today at Brewtown Trading Co.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Joining us now, we missed the Killers, but we don't miss out on having Evan Cohen every Tuesday on Wilde and Tausch. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Morning, guys. How we doing?
Whoa!
Great. To what do we owe
good
this
to see
on?
you, buddy. You're like tan and rested and ready. Look at you.
Are you outside with Kenny Rogers Roasters?
Yeah, he's got a tanning bed in there. You get tanned right there.
No, you know what it is? So the room that I'm in, like one of those little like phone booth things at ESPN, it's red. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
And so I think that in combination with the lighting makes me look tan. So maybe this should be my go-to room from now on. I think I kind of have a look now. I'm like Kramer with the Kenny Rogers roaster thing, right?
Yep. Evan, we were having a discussion, and you always give us...
I would hope so. It's a radio show.
Well, that's fair.
That's good.
Yes, I was going to give you the specifics of said discussion. We were discussing which teams Packers fans should least want to see in the postseason. Now, I understand they're in first place today. They still have 4 games to go. But Tausch's power rankings of the teams that he would most want to avoid, Tausch? What's the best way to describe
I think that's it's a fair way of putting it. Yep.
So we're trying to decide who you want to avoid. The 4 teams we have on the list are the Rams, the Seahawks, the 49ers, and the Lions. And for whatever reason, I still think that, for me, the Lions make me the most nervous, even though they beat them twice. Given your 30,000-foot view of the NFL, how do you think Packers fans should be thinking of those 4 teams?
Yeah, I think number 1 on that list of teams you want to avoid, and it's not for the exact reason that you guys are bringing this up, but number 1 has to be the Bears because of the fact the downside of losing to the Bears is greater than the downside of losing to any other team, specifically for the Green Bay Packers. And the fact is, the Chicago Bears obviously can play with the Packers. We saw that on Sunday. That doesn't mean they're better than them or going to beat them. It just means when you factor in the ability to play against the team and the hypothetical of a loss, which is what we're talking about, and I'll also factor in what I think you guys are not necessarily factoring in, which is fine as part of it. Maybe I'm changing the argument, which would be the aftermath of the loss. Right, if you lose to the Rams It stinks. You're upset. You kind of deal with that because you know how good they are. Coach and quarterback that have won the Super Bowl. If you lose to the Lions, no question, there is a little bit of a bitterness because of the fact that you beat them twice in the regular season, and you would think, okay, I could beat that team. That should be easy. The Seahawks don't scare me. I would not have the Seahawks on that list because I just find it almost impossible to believe that Sam Darnold is going to be able to beat the Green Bay Packers. The one that is the wild card with all of this, and the one that I think that people have forgotten about, and the one that I think that, it's been a team that I am very into if they're on and if they click, would be the Niners. Because they have a quarterback that's been there and done that. They have a coach that has been there. I wouldn't say he's done that in the biggest of games, but has been to the biggest games. You can argue when healthy and right, they have the best non-quarterback in the NFL, left tackle, and Trent Williams. When health, I love him. I think he's unbelievable. And an option to at least – nobody can really match Micah Parsons, but try to match Micah Parsons. And Kittle and Juszczyk and McCaffrey and all these guys, I think that's the one that I'd be afraid of also. But number one on my list, if I'm the Packers, number one team I want to avoid would be the Bears because I wouldn't want to have to deal with the downside of losing to them.
Now, that's a different argument, though. I'm not talking about what storyline is the worst. I don't think the Bears are ready. I think, yes, they played us tough. We have to go down there again. But to me, the Rams are by far. And then when you look at it, the interesting part of this, you have been the biggest Jalen Hurts Philadelphia Eagles supporter. And the fact that even you aren't even bringing them up is really interesting to me.
Great point.
Why is Philly not on your radar anymore?
Well, I didn't give
good question.
Thank you.
No, but I could have. No,
it's a radio show. You're supposed to ask good questions, somebody told me.
I appreciate the defense, Wildy. I think that Tausch's critique, which he's had a lot of me recently, is fair. I think that
God, oh, my God. You are getting to be more sensitive than Wildy. I never thought I would say that, but you are.
That's gotta snap.
Sting. It's true.
When you wake up on a Saturday morning and all of a sudden you're doing some work and then you're just bombarded with a text.
I'm sorry. You're not waking up at 11 a.m. Get out of here. What are you talking about?
Theoretically, you're just waking up. Anyway.
Okay. Theoretically.
So let's talk about the Eagles for a second.
Sure.
If the Eagles were right, they're better than the Packers. The Eagles are not right now. I think the Eagles were actually at their best when A.J. Brown thought they were wrong. Because that boring, non-explosive style of offense, what does that do? It scores more points than the other team, even if the number of points, like in the case of the Packers, is 10. Yeah. Who cares, right? Mm-hmm. So 3 and out in some case, 3 and out, I'd much rather that than an interception, which is what we saw last night. And I'm starting to wonder something, because I've been a supporter of Nick Sirianni. I'm starting to wonder if he's Mike Ditka. And what I mean by that is a one-title guy that people retroactively look at his career and say it was the assistants, it wasn't him. Everyone loved Sirianni a few years ago when it was Steichen and Gannon, both now head coaches, Indy and Arizona. Then everyone hated him when they had the collapse, when the assistants weren't good. Then last year, everybody loved him because Kellen Moore was there as the offensive coordinator. Now he's the head coach of the Saints. This year, Kevin Patullo, offensive coordinator, people hate him. My point in that is, egging his house. My point is maybe the Packers are not going to be afraid of this version of the Eagles because this version of the Eagles doesn't have good coordinators running the team like Buddy Ryan in '85. I know it's a weird example, but it kind of hit me over the last week or two.
It's a great example.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Sirianni was to 2 Super Bowls and Ditka was only to 1.
Yeah,
correct.
But what I'm saying, Tausch, is if you think Buddy ultimately became a head coach and then Ditka did nothing after that with the Bears and the Saints, right? In this case, Sirianni lost 2 guys and then got back to a Super Bowl. So it's a little better, I think. But I'm very disappointed in what's happened over the last couple of weeks because how does this guy take more reins over the offense and then they get worse? And in games where A.J. Brown has had 5 catches or more, they're 1-5 on the year. In games where he's had 4 catches or less, they're 4-2. In games he doesn't play, they're 1-0. I'm not blaming A.J. Brown. I'm saying the formula is right there. Run the football, be boring.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you are blaming A.J. Brown because until he was obviously What do you mean no? He was the one that has been driving that conversation. And you think they would have changed things had A.J. Brown just sat there and said, I just love winning? They wouldn't have.
Yeah, but Tausch,
He threatened and said he's miserable, and you don't think that affects the play caller and the quarterback? Come on.
Yeah, and I think I do, but I blame leadership on that. How many times does Jason Wilde complain about things where leadership would say no?
Oh, God,
so
yeah,
I mean that's right, Jason.
Especially when a certain person was running this show. Oh my God.
Oh, that guy! Remember when that guy was in charge? I don't want to get that guy's name.
Remember.
He
What
hated
a
that
jerk
guy.
He was. Wow.
Hated.
Yes.
Oh my God! He called everyone and complain about that guy.
Leave
but
Brad
you know what?
out of this.
Leadership said, "No, Jason, you're the one who has to change," and that guy somehow survived. Now, I think he's doing other things now. I don't know what happened to him. I saw he gained a few pounds, but anyway.
Jeez. Is there a segue here?
Yeah, where are you going with that?
Are we all
Finish your
talking about
thought.
the same guy?
Yeah.
I don't know who we're even talking about. No, I feel like that might have been a shot at me, but I don't think it was.
No, it's not. I think we know who we're talking
That
about.
was yesterday.
No. All right. If I may change the subject.
So we agree, though, that Philly, we're not worried about
All
Philadelphia.
right, so just so people understand, because now I'm the one he hates, and I was the one who gained the weight that I was talking about. Anyway, go ahead.
I would like to shift the conversation, if I may. I can't believe nobody got that except me. So
I got everything, and then the weight thing is what threw me off. That's the only thing that I knew where this was the whole way.
I had a few too many meals in Madison recently. My God, did I eat there?
A lot of steak.
Salad, I heard.
Shrimp. A lot of shrimp.
Yeah, go get Boo in a bar.
Per reports.
Yeah.
I got an alert. I got an alert today from my ESPN app, which I get all the time for the teams that I follow. It makes it very easy to be on top of everything you want to get from ESPN on the teams that are your favorites. Shams with more of a discussion of the Knicks and updated trade percentages and everything else. Is this story taking on as much of a life outside of Wisconsin, Evan, as it feels like it is here? Because, I mean, he's out with the calf injury, and yet there seem to be reasons to discuss it over and over and over again. Is it that way nationally?
Not at all. To me, it's actually not a discussion, Nash. I mentioned it today because of the Shams article that you're referring to, Jason. It's not a discussion at all because no one actually believes he's going to get traded in season. Because in order for him to get traded in season, he has to go to the Bucks and say, I want to get traded in season. Mm-hmm. Does anyone believe he's going to do that?
I don't know what to believe anymore, I guess, is my issue. Because I didn't think that was possible, and now I'm starting to want... again, my biggest issue is, let's say he decides he wants to do that. I still think the Bucks have a responsibility to maximize what they get back. And if he's unhappy with the way that's going, they can't trade him no matter how he may feel. And again, I love the fact that
let me comment on one thing on that, Jason.
Sure.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but something's been bothering me about this. Yeah. Something's been bothering me about this. People have been critical of the Bucks and the way in which they've gone about their business in terms of the trades, or the possibility of maybe they won't get a great trade in return because look at the trades they've made. Let me be very clear about this. I believe the Milwaukee Bucks rightfully have done more to support a superstar on court than any team in the last decade in the NBA.
Totally agree. Mm-hmm.
They have exhausted every single option. They have tried every single angle, every nook and cranny. How are we going to end up with Drew Holiday? Oh, my God, we do. What are we going to do in terms of Middleton and Holiday and the breaking down of the injuries and things like that over the course of time? Well, I mean, Holiday obviously, has been great since then. But wait, they ended up with Dame Lillard? How? I thought he was going to Miami. What happened? Okay, Dame Lillard, horrific injury. The fit with Giannis, personality-wise, was great. Basketball-wise, could have been better. This is not working. What do we? Oh my God, he's out for the year. We can't waste the Giannis year. Who's the number one free agent on the market? Miles Turner. Well, you can't worry about it. Wait, they got Miles Turner by stretching Dame Lillard, which, by the way, I was on with you guys live at the time, and I said to you in the moment, they can't do that. They can't just get Miles Turner. Something else has to happen. And they came up with this creative, wild thing of stretching him. They cannot do any more for Giannis than they did, and they've done. He knows that. They know that. Their relationship seems great. My guess is they both want to make this work and work for another championship at some point. And before you even get to the Giannis trade, I believe they're going to exhaust every other option of increasing the productivity of this team before they ever consider trading him, which is why I believe there's probably a wink of Giannis, give us till the end of the season. Let's see what, rabbit we could pull out of the hat here before the February 5th, I believe, trade deadline, and then we'll revisit in June or July.
Is there any rabbit that can be pulled? What rabbit can be pulled?
Yeah. A lot of.
Give me some.
You have a farm.
Give me a little trade. Come on, trade machine me.
Okay, so this is the thing that people don't realize. Miles Turner is a great piece for a winning team that needs a big, right? And if you're the Bucks and you're comfortable with Giannis and Portis, well, Miles Turner can bring you back a wing or a guard that you may be interested in. That's number one. Number two, Kuzma and Portis, while you may not be excited if you're the incoming team for that package because you don't want Kuzma, but what if you have a bad contract on your hands that you'd like to get rid of? Then maybe those two added up with less years than the guy that you would have coming in. I'm just throwing out wild names, but guys like Zach LaVine or Paul George or people like that, or dare I even say Joel Embiid, which I don't think is going to happen, but you get my point. There are there's also the other way of, you know what? We found diamonds in the rough. Let's get paid off for our diamonds in the rough and find additional ones. Ryan Rollins and AJ Green traded together, if they're trade eligible, which I would have to check on that, those guys could actually get you something because they're great role players at low cost. So this idea that they have no way of helping Giannis is just incorrect. It doesn't mean it's going to work, but it does mean they're going to try.
Huh. Okay.
And what you just said, I thought what you said there about exhausting every nook and cranny possibility is so smart because Brad
You're thinking of Rodgers. Let's be honest. No, let's be honest. Let's cut to the chase. You're thinking of Aaron and how Aaron. I have a weird thing flying around me here. You're thinking if I'm going to read your mind, Jason. If I'm going to read your mind, we're having this discussion. We're talking about exhausting options, and you're probably replaying in your mind conversations that you've had on and off the record with Aaron Rodgers about his critique of, in his mind, the Packers not exhausting every option to take advantage of his time. Conversely, they are now for Jordan Love exhausting every option. You don't end up with Micah Parsons, if you don't. And the exhausting every option in your prime thing is an interesting state of Wisconsin thing over the last 15 years, from Aaron to now Giannis to Jordan Love, and how it's been done. I think is really interesting. Also, can I point out one other hot take that's not a hot take I have? Maybe the Steph Curry move for the Packers was signing Christian Watson when he was hurt. Brilliant. The Warriors became the Warriors because they signed Steph Curry long-term when he was hurt, not when he was healthy. When you go to Watson, you're thinking about your football mortality. You're out for the season. These rehab days are hard. We're going to make you set for life. You're not going to have generational wealth for your kids, grandkids, whatever. You're going to have set for life money. What is it, $13 million a year or whatever they gave him?
Yep.
And now he's a number one wide receiver, and they gave him the money, the set for life money at his lowest point. Brilliant move by arguably the best GM around in Goody.
No doubt about it.
You right about that?
Well, first of all,
it's a really smart move, and I think the fact that some people on this panel didn't think Christian Watson was much of a game changer or anything special.
We have a panel now?
They look like
a panel?
Yeah, there's a panel.
Loose use of the word panel.
Yes, panel. Exactly.
To your point, and I may hate you, allegedly, but I also...
In the old days, guys. Hey, we're moving forward. We're all good.
Yeah, I'm not a grudge holder at all. So my issue...
Hold on, I need a water on that one.
Is there something flying around your booth again?
I need a water.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Aaron Rodgers more likely to go to dinner with his parents tonight than Jason is not a grudge holder. Oh my God!
The spending that they had for Josh Jacobs, for Xavier McKinney, now the trade that they made, obviously, for Parsons. And Tausch always quotes Brad Childress, the former Badgers offensive coordinator. Or is it Ken Rovak? I can't remember who it is.
They get confused a lot, those two.
Don't confuse effort with results.
That's a Chiliism.
But the
Hope is not a strategy.
Or is it Ken Rovak?
Well, he
Hope
loves
is not a strategy as Rovak.
Yeah, the wisdom of Ken Rovak.
Don't confuse effort with results as a Chiliism.
My point is that I understand the Bucs have not gotten the results with all those nook and cranny searches for help for yards.
Yes, they have. They won a title.
No. I'm talking about the last.
You know what I mean?
The Damian Lillard trade did not. That has been the downfall, right? That has been the downfall for them.
I mean, sure.
Because it didn't work out and he got hurt. Not that it was a bad trade to make.
That's the point. What you just said, the last part is important to note. Find me the person that said in the moment, "I hate this trade."
Right.
Now, we may have said they're gonna miss the perimeter defense, but find me the person that hated the trade in the moment. Come on.
All right, Evco, before we let you go, how excited are you to see a 44-year-old quarterback? You played the position. You would give anything to play it again one more time.
That's right.
Back in high school. Is there anything you would be more excited to watch than if Phillip Rivers suits up and goes and plays in a game at 44 years old?
Well, I never would be excited to watch Phillip Rivers. I'm excited to talk about the storyline. He's my least favorite quarterback at a high level to ever play in the NFL. I think he has the worst throwing motion I've ever seen. I think my throwing motion is better than his. I don't think I'm a better quarterback than him. But he is painful to watch. I cannot believe he's ever completed a pass.
That's a hot take. You don't think you said you think he's a better quarterback than you. I'm glad you clarified that because there's a lot of people.
Yeah, I didn't know people were wondering.
Misconstrued that.
Well, yeah, you got to provide the clarity and the context on that.
Sure,
Josh.
that's good that you did that. Okay, continue.
No, I think it's painful to watch that man throw. But you know what? As the three of us know, kids are expensive.
Yep.
So
he's got a lot of them,
and grandkids too. Grandkids. I mean, my parents and in-laws will buy these kids anything. It's ridiculous. You have to stop them. So now that he's a grandfather, he's like, geez, the amount of money I have to spend is absurd. Do you know, I was just talking with Hembo from Get Up before we came on here. The last grandfather to play in professional sports?
Brett Favre. Oh, Papa.
I love you guys.
All right, Evan, we will let you get out of the...
I forgot that. Oh, my God, I forgot about that drop from years ago.
It's a classic. We will let you get out of the red room.
Favorite.
Thanks for making time for us. I don't know either.
What did Tausch just say?
Doesn't matter.
It's royalty-free. He loves his royalty-free stuff.
We're big on royalty-free now, as you know.
All right, see ya.
Great finish.
That is Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike. You can hear him across ESPN Wisconsin and watch him on television every single morning.
Isn't it crazy, though, Matt? He has been such an Eagles fan and just ripping everybody that says anything bad about Jalen Hurts, and even he isn't even thinking about the Eagles now.
Hard to argue after last night, though, right?
I know, but they're still... Jason, they're going to be the 3 seed hosting a playoff game, and if the G&G end up at the 2, they're coming to Green Bay, and I would argue that will be the best-case scenario because I think we will whomp them the next time around.
Yeah, it's a week-to-week league, as I've been taught. All right, not only was I leery of some of our conversation with Evan Cohen, I'm leery now because it's time for our awesome Iron Jock contest.
Are we doing that right now?
If I'm reading the rundown correctly, yes.
Okay.
However,
I don't know
if
what
you can't ask for call 347, and I'm a little bit apprehensive because I think you
I got a question for Jesse.
Want to go big,
Jesse
but can't go big.
This. Jesse, how many from the moment you called your pizza joint to the moment you brought the pizza back to your house, how many minutes was that?
Probably like 68 minutes. Oh, that's Evan. Sorry.
You should have lied there, by the way, and said 41.
No, I'm not the pizza place. Liars. It was about 68 minutes from the time I placed the order until I got home with it. Yeah. 2-minute warning to late
minutes.
third quarter. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're looking for the perfect holiday gift or you just want to upgrade your own gear, you need to check out the holiday sales going on at Iron Jock. You know, I love their performance apparel. It's tough. It's comfortable. It's a 4-way stretch. Mm-hmm. They have the exclusive silver ion technology, which fights odor, but and we appreciate that during the holiday season. Let me tell you that. And right now, you'll find great deals across their entire lineup: hoodies, tees, shorts, and more. Don't wait. Stock up for the holidays and save big at ironjock.com. Again, right now is your chance to win an Iron Jock tumbler. And we're going to go caller number 108. Caller 108, which is
what?
60 plus 68 plus 40. Jesse should have called 40 minutes earlier than he did. So I'm going to add the extra 40 minutes.
You'd been better off saying it's 1 hour and 8 minutes, so 108.
Okay, that's what Jason said. Caller 108. That works even better. Caller 108 wins an Iron Jock tumbler, which is a fantastic little deal to have. How is that a jerk move? I added 40 minutes. That's when he should have called. Caller 108. 844-770-3776. Caller 108 to win the beautiful Iron Jock tumbler on Wilde and Tausch.
Good luck to caller 108. Caller 108. Poor Jesse. 844-770-3776. We'll have our winner, hopefully, next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day, the Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
One of the more intriguing parts of the 2025 Green Bay Packers is former wide receiver, now cornerback, now back to wide receiver Bo Melton, who reeled in a 45-yard touchdown reception from Jordan Love in Sunday's win over the Chicago Bears. Head coach Matt LaFleur says he's just one of those guys you like having in the building.
The moment's never too big for him, whether it's on special teams, defense, offense, and for him to be in that situation and make obviously a very impactful play was pretty cool.
Sunday's a big one for Green Bay as they bring the NFC's longest winning streak into Denver to take on the Broncos and the team with the longest winning streak in the NFL.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Need to find that perfect home? Don't sell. Upgrade with a home equity loan. Renovate that kitchen. Retile that bath. You choose the fixtures. Let us do the math. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 433891.
Oh, my back.
Santa?
Oh, Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. 12/31/2025.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
It all began 53 years ago with one belief. Every family deserves support, and every child deserves a safe place to learn and grow. When you join the team at La Causa, you support giving children a chance to learn, to grow, to dream. Their team doesn't just show up for work, they show up for the community. As teachers, caretakers, clinicians, and social workers, united by compassion, education, and opportunity, help change lives every day by embarking upon a rewarding career at La Causa. Apply today at lacausa.org/careers.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Right now, you can get 40% off your Iron Jock gear. Use code CHRISTMAS40. That's Christmas40 for 40% off your order. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Jesse Nelson, thank you for your service. 100. You got to caller 108?
Yeah, we did. Of course we did. Anything for old T.
And?
Well,
who was it?
I asked you for the number, and that's what you gave, so.
Right.
You know?
Sparky in Sussex was our big winner, though, so congratulations. A trivia
imagine
veteran.
Him getting his favorite drink in that Iron Jock tumbler right by the Yule log.
A little eggnog in there. Yeah.
Mrs. Sparky. What a world he's living in, huh? Life is good for Spark Dog.
It is indeed. All right, I want to try and get back somewhat on the clock. So as much as I would love to further discuss all of the exciting things that Evan talked about, which I was fascinated by his Bucks takes, and he's obviously a NBA ball knower. I don't know,
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, Jace. I thought, everything kind of runs its course from time to time, right? We all, unfortunately, Father Time, and there's just time for change.
Undefeated. Mm-hmm.
And I believe at some point that is going to happen. And I thought last week, a trade like this isn't going to happen like that, right?
Correct.
There's a lot of moving parts. But then I saw, and I think I sent you guys that thing, that the New Orleans Pelicans couldn't give tickets away.
I did.
They're literally tickets on your favorite ticket deal for $0. And I'm talking all throughout the arena. And that's when I said, no, just hang on to Giannis for as long as we can. I don't care what happens. We're keeping Giannis.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That is not what they have on the new season of Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Hang on to Giannis as long as you can.
Hang on for dear life, am I right?
Good.
That's
going to be the new podcast.
Maybe good, Bucks Plus should call Jesse. Presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Locked in. Narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson, takes you inside this team's pursuit of a championship and right now just surviving while Giannis is sidelined. Hear from the Bucks stars on competition, chemistry, and their desire to win it all again. Find Behind the Bucks on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
One of the more intriguing parts of the 2025 Green Bay Packers is former wide receiver, now cornerback, now back to wide receiver Bo Melton, who reeled in a 45-yard touchdown reception from Jordan Love in Sunday's win over the Chicago Bears. Head coach Matt LaFleur says he's just one of those guys you like having in the building.
The moment's never too big for him, whether it's on special teams, defense, offense, and for him to be in that situation and make obviously a very impactful play was pretty cool.
Sunday's a big one for Green Bay as they bring the NFC's longest winning streak into Denver to take on the Broncos and the team with the longest winning streak in the NFL.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Do you want your car to shine like a diamond? Then you need Z-Gloss from Z-Bart. Z-Gloss gives you a mirror finish and protects your paint from everything Mother Nature can throw at it with a 10-year guarantee. Visit zbart.com for more information.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Bruston Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. We will hear from Matt LaFleur from a few of our exchanges yesterday in his day after the game press conference. And Gabe Neitzel made an interesting observation when I was talking to him and Jen and Chewy this morning on ESPN Milwaukee, which was he thought, as he consumed the press conference with LaFleur, he thought the head coach was kind of just going through the motions until I asked him about Bo Melton. And then his mood completely changed, and he loves him some Bo Melton, maybe almost as much as he loves some of the other players that he's had over the years, like Mercedes Lewis, who was one of his guys, Devontae Adams. But Bo's climbing up the charts. But Tausch, I guess, you know, we tried to kind of get a feel for how he feels about where they're at. They've won 4 in a row. They were, they were down in the dumps. They lost back-to-back games. There's questions about him being on the hot seat, if he's coaching for his job. Fans were very restless, frustrated, angry. And now they've won 4 in a row, and it's almost, at least this was my kind of takeaway from his mood and how he answered questions, like he feels like maybe they got burned a little bit by feeling good about themselves, and he doesn't really want to present any vibe at all of them feeling good about what they've done the last 4 weeks. Is that just bring your own bewaredness after what you went through earlier in the year, or what?
No, I think it's what, just go back to Mike McCarthy, and I think the hardest thing to do in professional sports is handle success, because obviously this group has not won a championship, So that hunger and that drive is never going to be questioned. But it is a lot more difficult to keep an edge. And that's not saying guys are slacking off or anything like that. What it's saying is there's levels of intensity, and you can't always function. You have to shift gears. You can't always be driving 180 miles an hour in top gear. Sometimes you got to shift down, and you have to, maneuver a corner. You have to do things, and when you shift, sometimes that will get you where you need to go, but it's not as fast. Here with this group, you're always I always like it when there's a big edge. Oh, these guys can't do this. Oh, they just lost here. Oh, they're in a rut. Now, the balance of that is losing your confidence and then just falling into it. Well, this group never did. But then there's also not that we've arrived, but things are going pretty dang good. Do I have enough wherewithal to say, yeah, but we got to keep pushing? Athletes never want to take their victory lap until the actual trophy's in their hands. In a long season like an NFL season, you're going to have some hiccups. And I think Matt LaFleur knows. Non-conference game, road game, good football team. I think he is he's highly alerted, because you're talking about emptying a bucket for two super emotional divisional games that you knew you needed to win. And then, by the way, a huge roadie next week on a Saturday. And how much emotional capital do you have? And how much do you want to spend? You want to spend every week and then revitalize it. And I think that's what he's looking at this week when you go talking about going out and playing a really good Denver team.
We will hear from Matt LaFleur, because I think this segues nicely into what he had said after the game, which was when someone pointed out to him that they were in first place, he said, that doesn't matter at all. And then he kind of backtracked, realizing how bad that sounded. So I asked him about it yesterday. We'll hear that coming up after Tausch tells us about the beer that's always in first place for him in his fridge, Coors Light.
Indeed, and whether you're tailgating pregame, enjoying your experience, or heading out to Golden, Colorado, trying to get a big dub out in Denver, it's always going to be a Rocky Mountain cold Coors Light in my hand, brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold package. So it is made to chill, celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, a Golden,
Colorado. If I may, one of the things we do here is seek out praise from each other when we don't praise. Hey, attaboys. Hey, good work. Yeah, we seek praise, right? Wow. Hey, that was a great analogy, wasn't it? I would like to make a request of the powers that be that are in charge of emojis. We need more bird options. Because for our question about the teams, I used a sheep for the Rams, lion for the Lions, one of those pickaxes like you would use to climb Mount Everest for the 49ers, right? Because they're prospectors.
Nice.
Sure. Eagles, straightforward. Seahawks, bird options? I went dove, because you can't really tell that it's a dove.
Umbrella for Seattle.
Rain. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I felt pretty good about my emoji selections, but now, in retrospect, Jesse, you're right.
That's where grunge music got invented, too, right?
So you think a guitar?
Coffee?
Coffee.
But they're called the Seahawks. They're not called the...
Or just a fish. Get a flying fish. That's what they're known for.
I don't know if there's a flying fish either. I know
they also have a gum wall. You could throw the gum wall up there.
That's gross.
Which is disgusting.
Can you take them off of there like an elf or no?
Yeah, if you wanted to chew somebody else's gum, I'm sure you could.
All right, okay. I want to talk about Matt LaFleur and what he had to say yesterday. We will do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson. The day after reaction show you need in your life.
Who benefits the most from Micah Parsons being on the field?
Secondary. Keyshawn Nix.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
If you're a quarterback, you've got to get the football out of your hands before you really want to do it. I mean, everybody's getting their wealth with this, but to me, I think it's really the guys in the secondary.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
Ho, ho, my back.
Santa?
Ho, ho, Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here, you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods. Now through Wednesday, save on 7 to 16 ounce selected varieties Barilla pasta, 2 for $3. 15 to 16 ounce selected varieties Bush's variety beans, 4 for $5. 1 pound selected varieties Land O'Lakes butter, $4.99. 12 to 40 count selected varieties Hefty One storage or freezer bags, $3.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Try this. Win free groceries from Century Foods. Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by December 31st.
Christmas is a time of generosity.
Kessler's wants to be generous, and we suspect that you want to be generous too. Let's team up.
This year, we're going to make it possible for you to be more generous than ever.
Number 1, Kessler's has a big selection of delightful diamond jewelry priced at $150 on up.
Number 2, great gifts at affordable prices such as sterling silver earrings, pendants, and bracelets to fit every look and every personality.
Number 3, with your purchase of more than $299, you'll get a bonus gift worth at least $90.
You can choose from a lucky 4-leaf clover pendant
or a 22-inch stainless steel curb chain, ion plated in yellow gold.
And please don't get all cleaned up and dressed up. This is Kessler's, your home away from home.
If you're wearing muddy boots and your pajama bottoms, that's totally fine.
We've all done it.
Come to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you and our holiday hours, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Quick question before we get to LaFleur. Jesse, while you were spending those 68 minutes waiting for your pizza, are you able to access like our list of royalty-free music on your phone? Like, did you have access to that? Because I was promised Christmas royalty-free music, and I'm not hearing that.
Tomorrow.
Wasn't that supposed to be today?
I was busy yesterday. Barry Alvarez show last night with Tarek and Derek at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. I got almost.
Was Barb there?
Barb was not. A different friend of ours stopped by, though, last night to say hi. So we had a few people.
The pizza guy?
And he was not a pizza guy, no. So we had a few people stop by. No Barry last night. Barry was on vacation this week, so he was not
So
part
it really
of the
was
show.
the Jesse Nelson show.
It was the, the Tarek Saleh show, I think, took center stage. We have a big debate about the college football playoff and the choice to leave Notre Dame out and James Madison and Tulane being in. We also talked recruiting, which Derek was pretty fired up about. So
Tark's real physical. I saw Tark at the Marquette, Wisconsin game, and he's always wanting to, he still wants to be playing ball. He wants to get a pass rush rep in. He's always
fullback,
doing like a rip move. He's a physical bear.
When he gets really fired up on a point, he sometimes kind of gives me a nudge on my shoulder, and sometimes it gets a little aggressive. I'm like, oh, it might be a little bruised there now.
Where can we listen to the Jesse Nelson show without Barry Alvarez?
That would be on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Full show podcast available there of all your favorite ESPN Wisconsin shows. Also on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
The Barry Alvarez show at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse without Barry Alvarez last night. Jesse Nelson taking a starring role. All right, speaking of starring roles, Matt LaFleur talked for almost 19 minutes yesterday. We had a myriad of questions, but I did want to follow up on how he's approaching the fact that his team is now in first place. A couple weeks ago, you were worried they weren't even going to make the playoffs after back-to-back losses. Here's that exchange from yesterday.
Somebody said yesterday you're in first place, and first you said it means nothing, and then you said, well, it means a lot. So I understand why you would say it doesn't mean much because of the work you have to do, but what does it mean that you guys have got you got some momentum now? A couple weeks ago you lost to the Panthers and the Eagles, and people were wondering kind of where you were headed.
Yeah, I mean that's life in the National Football League, and I think you just got to be resilient. You got to keep fighting, and you got to ignore all the outside noise. I mean, just focus. I really only care about what's going on in that room with our team, with our players, within our building, and all that other stuff. And we understand. I mean, that's it's a blessing and a curse, and to be a part of the National Football League in that regard. You're going to be highly criticized, and it is what it is. So the best way to not be criticized is just find a way to win.
Did you do anything differently, or was your thought process, we know what we do works, I'm not going to change just because we've lost 2 in a row?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're always trying to tweak and fine-tune things. Nothing's ever constant. At least you have a format of how you want to go about, practicing or your weekly prep. But you also have to have a feel for your team, where you're at, where you may need to invest a little bit more time, how you might want to do something a little bit different. So I would say those tweaks are pretty common, at least in our building, in terms of how we do things. And but it's just trying to find that balance. And my number one concern, and this, whether it's at the beginning of the season, end of the season, we just got to continue to fight and try to find ways to get better. And sometimes you got to overcome some obstacles like injuries and whatnot, and there's sometimes a learning curve in terms of, okay, how do we fill that spot that this player, that void that player left there. And but that's the challenge of every team in the league. It's not like we're unique from everybody else. We're all dealing with this stuff.
So, Tao, she said a lot of words there. I still don't know.
Again, I notice when you ask questions, he takes a lot of water breaks.
He does. You got to stay hydrated. He knows he's got some time. I caught him by surprise after the game. I gave him a very short question, and I don't think he was ready for that. He said a lot of words there. I still want to understand, did you just stay the course? Because it doesn't feel like they made a lot of significant changes after they'd lost back-to-back games and everybody was calling for his head. Not everybody, but some were calling for his head. We talk all the time about the Mike McCarthyism of our biggest challenge will be handling success. But there are times where you have to handle adversity. And it would appear, based on the results, that they handled it well. How do you view it?
Yeah, they've handled it very well. And, a lot of times everybody wants to change everything about everything. And I think what he was saying there, there was a lot of word salad because there's, long-winded questions get long-winded answers a lot of times.
Yeah.
No offense.
None taken.
But you change what you feel like you need to do in order to, and Christian Watson emerging obviously has helped. The offensive line and bringing Big Belton in, and Sean Ryan kind of settling into that center spot. But Aaron Banks has gotten healthier. I think Zach Tom has gotten healthier. There's always other things that kind of come into play, but I just think you look at what this group has been able to do, and you start figuring out your formula. And when you're losing, you have to really dig in and say, why are we losing? What is hurting us? Why aren't we able to find ways to win? And I think Matt LaFleur has figured out that, hey, we have a really good defense that can make a lot of plays, and they're creating a couple more turnovers. They've been very good outside of Jordan's errant throw the other day. Very good protecting the football. And I think when you start looking at all of that, that's been their formula. And Matt LaFleur is leaning into it. He's being a heck of a lot more aggressive. And I think he's looking at things more week to week and more, what do I need to do as you just take a look at 2 of these 4 wins. Couldn't be more polar opposite.
Yeah.
Minnesota Vikings game, everybody on the post game, oh my God, it was a boring, conservative game plan. What are they doing? Oh, they could have done this. They could have. And I'm looking at it like, the hell are you guys talking about? Like, you got a game in 4 days on the road, and for you to be able to do what you did, knowing that their offense stinks and they can't move the ball, thought it was genius. And then you flip the script and you say, well, we got to go to Detroit. I got to go for it on every blanket 4th down. I got to put the pedal down. I got to do this as an offensive unit. We need to do this. And they executed. I think it's been his best coaching he's done because he isn't just sitting there. Coaches want to have things that they can lean on, hang your hat on, whatever you phrase it.
Mm-hmm.
But in today's NFL, you have to adjust and understand what is the formula to win this game this week. It isn't about, well, we're really good at running power, and even though the Bears don't have any linebackers and we can extort them over the middle of the field and we can do this and this and this, nope, we run power. It's what we do. No, we run outside zone. That's what we do. Those days are over, man. We need to score. This is their weak spots. This is where we can attack. Oh, we need some big plays. Well, the Bears are going to blitz us. Well, instead of me just saying, well, we run into this box. We do this. No, we're going to rip their blank and throw it out. I'm going to give the quarterback the autonomy to say, hey, we got one-on-one with Christian Watson. We're going to go score a blank and touchdown on a slant because they are being overly aggressive trying to stop us. And that's what they do. So Matt LaFleur deserves oogles of credit for how he's approached, especially the last 3 weeks against the divisional opponents that he's done.
You made a comment there amid, that was not a word salad. It was really good.
Oogles.
Yeah. We're not doing that anymore. We only do that after 11:15. I'm curious. You talked about being more aggressive. The Bears played a fair amount of man coverage. They played a lot of one high safety. I'm curious, again, what happens when teams play 2 high safeties is that they run the ball more, and you can't take the shots down the field like the throw.
Can't.
Right.
Can't.
And so the throw to Melton. Both of the touchdowns to Watson were cans from runs to passes. Or at the minimum, because I think the other one was still a pass, but they adjusted Watson's route on it. Like, they can still make adjustments, but if they see 2 high safeties, Packers fans who don't want to see them run the football are going to see them run the football because they still believe that's the right thing to do against that look. Can they still be more aggressive, which has Packers fans liking Matt LaFleur again, while also doing the right thing based on what the defense is showing them? Can they do both?
It's a really good question, and that is going to be the trick to see, because if I'm playing Green Bay, I am looking at what Carolina did.
Yes.
I'm looking at what now Philly, not everybody has the talent that Philly has that they can do that.
Yep.
But I am making you go down and be patient. Is Jordan Love going to sit back and take what the defense gives? Jordan Love, he is much more of a gunslinger than I think we all thought.
He loves to throw the ball down the field.
Plays. He ain't interested in dink, dunk, Charlie check down. Like, he'll do it when called upon. But I am going to test him to see how patient he can be. And hopefully he's up to the task. I think he is. But, boy, I am not giving him big plays over the top. I am going to say you need to sit in the pocket, and you need to go through your checks, and you just need to take what we give you. That's what these teams have done. Why the Bears decided to go with as much one safety and give up the big plays that they did, I don't know. I'm guessing it's because they didn't think they could hold up front with their run game. And I understand that. And Josh Jacobs had one of his better days running the football. So, but if I'm playing Green Bay, I'm saying, do you have the patience to give Josh Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson, everybody else, 25 to 30 carries? I don't know if you do. That's what I would do. And that's what I think playoff football is going to look like. And I would bet the Denver Broncos are not going to let you make big plays. They have a really good pass rush. Number 15, get used to it. What's 15's name, Jason, for Denver?
I haven't gotten into my film study of the Broncos yet.
He is a hell of a player. He's a bender. He is a pass rush. He's really good off the edge. And the Denver Broncos are going to play, we're going to get home with 4. We're going to drop coverage. We'll mix in some blitzes because that's what they do. But Denver is going to test. This game will tell you a lot about our offense when you're starting to play playoff caliber teams, because the Denver Broncos defense is pretty dang good, and they can do they are going to mix and match and do a bunch of different things. They will test Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love in a lot of big ways.
Nick Bonito.
He's good.
Bonito. He is a fantastic football player. He has not gotten, obviously, the name recognition yet because he's just coming on. But I assure you, the G&G will say, we ain't letting this cat beat us on Sunday. I don't know if he'll be a bullseye guy, but he is definitely going to be, I don't know, what's below a bullseye? He'll be a 17 guy.
He was an all-pro last year. He was a Pro Bowler last year. He has 12.5 sacks this season.
Yeah, he's a hell of a player.
Where's
he from? What college is he?
Oklahoma.
Yeah, he's a player, man. But he's not. He is a T.J. Watt, Miles. He's not up because of the name recognition.
Yeah.
But he is going to draw very similar, probably not to Miles or Micah's degree, but he will draw a lot of attention from this coaching staff this week. You best believe that.
Yeah. You know what draws my attention? Is when you put out your latest video from Jones Dairy Farm. Is there a new one coming down the pipe?
I would think the one that we did with some volleyball folks will be dropping hopefully soon, and it's good. It's real good. We had a lot of fun with Jones Dairy Farm, and Jones Dairy Farm, family-owned, operated for 7 generations in Fort Atkinson all the way back to 1889. Best known for their all-natural sausage made from the original family recipe. Still haven't gotten it. I don't know if I'll ever get the recipe from Philip and their great team, but I can go get their food, and it is fantastic. Fresh meat only, no fillers, nitrates, none of that. And also, trying to figure what you're going to do for the holidays. You got Christmas parties. You got your hosting folks. Grab a ham. Get a smoked ham. It adds a lot of flavor to the table. And also those sausage rolls or the pork rolls. The pork rolls, I'm telling you, we could put it with everything we make. You put it with horchata and some spinach. You crisp it up. It just, oh, baby, it makes it the best. Find out. Go ahead. Look at jonesdairyfarm.com for their product finder. You can find out or all across the great grocery stores in the state of Wisconsin.
We'll hear more from Matt LaFleur next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Pain has a way of stealing the moments that matter most, especially during the holidays. It's not just your knees, your back, or your shoulders. It's time with family and friends. But in 2026, that all could change when your body remembers how to heal. It just needs a little help finding the way back. Dr. Ashley Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics here in Milwaukee believe relief doesn't just come from surgery or pain pills. They use your body's own natural healing abilities to repair and restore what's been lost. It's your body's comeback story, powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. Just your body remembering how to feel alive again. QC Kinetics delivers that long-term relief that you're finally looking for. Make the new year your turning point where pain stops defining you. It's time to take that first step. Literally. Time to walk, enjoy the holidays, live without pain, and live without hesitation. With QC Kinetics, healing is within reach. Schedule your free consultation today at QC Kinetics. Give them a call at 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. This Marquette Minute is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings is the official viewing party location for Marquette road games this season.
The Golden Eagles fell 96-76 on the road against in-state rival Wisconsin on Saturday afternoon. Freshman Adrian Stevens led Marquette with a career-high 15 points, adding 5 rebounds and 4 assists in 27 minutes. The Golden Eagles struggled to get shots to fall, opening 2 for 16 from the field and finishing 9 for 23 from 3. Here's head coach Shaka Smart after the game.
When we miss certain shots around the basket or open threes or even free throws, some of our guys tend to at times get deflated.
The Golden Eagles will now turn their attention to a big road matchup at Purdue on December 13th.
This Marquette Minute has been brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. The next watch party of the season will be Saturday, December 13th at 1 p.m. at the Oak Creek Buffalo Wild Wings. Check out the Golden Eagles watch party schedule at gomarquette.com/BWW.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde and Tausch, and I've got the perfect gift idea for you. A holiday design gift box filled with all your favorite Kringle flavors from Racine Danish Kringles. No wrapping, no stress, just pure holiday joy. My family and I love it when the Kringle box from Racine Danish Kringles arrives at our house, and you can have it happen too. Go to Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH to order today. Racine Danish Kringles is the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. Racine Danish Kringles, it's not just a treat, it's a tradition. Visit Kringle.com.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
One of my favorite Christmas songs from the Rolodex of
I told you tomorrow.
Royalty-free music. You Look Good on Me by
Just call ahead. Just Jesse, call it in ahead. But only give yourself like 10 minutes to figure out how to get that done.
Seems to be a good approach.
Does Jesse think he's Jimmy Halpert when he always does that? I'll make a comment, and he doesn't say anything, but he looks at the camera like he's Jimmy Halpert. Like,
he does
do you think
take
you're
that
Jimmy
move
Halpert?
a lot. He loves that move.
Yeah.
It's a good move.
Let's see it again. That is your Jimmy.
Can we gifify that? That's pretty good stuff. Jesse, I want to call an audible here. This may throw you off, but I know that you're very agile.
Kyle Schwarber, 5-year deal with the Phillies per Jeff Passan.
That was good that the Cubs let him get out of their building, wasn't it? No, not that. I want to do the tight end exchange I had with Matt LaFleur, not the Bo Melton one. We'll save Bo Melton for the next segment. Because Tausch won our Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week because he chose Jaden Reed.
And we were. And by the way, Jaden Reed wasn't even on the active roster when I picked him.
No,
it was a good pick.
You don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me try that again.
Great pick.
It was an amazing pick.
Ball knower.
So smart.
Oh my God.
Savvy.
Right away, you knew he was going to win. They went to him right away.
In fairness, it was another BKW for OT.
Yeah, sure was. Yeah.
We call it the Bequat now.
Hey, I'm wondering if the BKW, since he knows so much more than the rest of us, would like to start picking last instead and see how that goes.
Yeah.
Because some might argue that while bold to select a player who's not yet on the 53-man roster, you did select a player who led them in receiving each of his first 2 seasons and was largely a foregone conclusion that he was going to play.
No, I like the setup as it is.
That's what I thought. Jesse went second, and he chose wisely as well. Frankly, he got hosed a little bit. Because if the other catch counts...
you're now... this is no longer my firm. Like, the firm has broken off. I don't even know...
He didn't get hosed by AFC Richmond Analytics. He got hosed by the officiating crew. Because I think it's a tough call.
And the pizza place.
And pizza place, yeah. If that catch counts with the world's worst replay angle, like I have to go back and watch the TV cop because I want to hear, did they bring in Dean Blandino, who apparently was on
No, they
site?
just went by it. Then they went to commercial,
break.
and then
they came back and they're like, not a catch. Hit the ground. Second down. Okay.
That was a weird deal.
Yeah. So if he catches that, Jesse, I think there's an argument to be made that you would have won. I would have lost. Nate Hobbs got benched again, replaced by another guy who's also injured, and Javon Bullard. They would rather have him out there. I'm done with Nate Hobbs. But, and we'll see if the Packers are after the season, but Luke Musgrave, who I think caught that ball, I thought Luke Musgrave showed us a little something. And all 3 of those guys, something. John Fitzpatrick, and Josh Wiley Coyote, all had a catch. And so I asked Matt LaFleur if again, none of them are Tucker Kraft. I think that goes without saying. But are they starting to kind of find their footing with what they've got at that position? Here is that exchange.
Matt, I know the catch didn't count, although I'm not quite sure why. What did you think of what Luke gave you, and are you starting to see him settle in a little bit, and are you getting a better idea of what all 3 of those guys can kind of give you individually?
Yeah, I thought those guys collectively as a whole played pretty darn good football. It was pretty cool that each one of those guys had a reception. I thought Luke, that was a heck of an effort, but apparently they didn't see it how I saw it, so that's just part of it. But yeah, I think all those guys contribute in their own way, and we're getting a better idea of what each individual brings to our offense.
By the way, great job by me keeping it relatively concise, so he didn't have time to get a drink during that question.
Shocked,
Just wait till the Bo Melton one.
Yeah, that was.
What, he start? I would love to see him bring like a Keurig in and start brewing coffee while you start talking. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, hold up a second, Jason. He brings his own barista in, and he's like, hold up, anybody else want a coffee before Jason gets started? Like, that would be fun.
Him and Clooney doing Nespresso ads. All right, so, Tausch, you and I and Jesse, we're all Tucker Kraft stands, and rightfully so. guy's a really, really good football player. You're not going to be as good of a team without him as you are with him. But do you think between Watson's production and what they have at wide receiver and kind of figuring out how to use the tight ends, plus Darian Kennard, who should be included in there because he's playing a theoretical tight end spot when he comes in as eligible, do you think that they've kind of figured out a way to get through at tight end? Certainly not thrive, but at least survive.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to look at it. You're not thriving because nobody is even close. And Musgrave, I think, is trying. He's getting, I guess, marginally better. He did, I think, if he would have caught that ball, that does bring a little more stats to it. But Tucker Kraft is one of the best tight ends in the league. You're not going to just figure that out. What you've done is you've replaced him now, I think, in essence, with Christian Watson.
Yeah.
You've replaced him with now hopefully Jaden Reed can stay healthy the rest of the way. And then if you can get Dontavion Wicks back, those reps and those it wasn't long ago. And this is where I'm always like, I don't love the conversations because when you start looking at, well, this guy needs more touches. This guy, how's that working for Philly? Is A.J. Brown a lot happier because he's getting a lot of touches? This offense is based on open guy, get him the football. And now you can design plays and try to get Christian Watson one-on-one with a slower corner that he can torch. That's good coaching. That's kind of more how I look at it. As far as the tight end group goes as a whole, we miss Tucker Kraft, I think, a ton still.
Yes.
You're not seeing the keep passes and the little dump offs in the middle of the field where Tucker just barrels over people. We don't have that. And that's something that, especially in the play-action pass game, you have to recreate it in a different format, and that's where you bring in Kennard, you do some things. I get where everything is going, but it is, I think, surviving that position, not thriving, is exactly the right way to put it.
I am curious what Luke Musgrave will do in the final 4 games because I personally would not choose him on Prize Picks, but he's at least shown in the last couple weeks some signs of life, right? His catch in Detroit was a really good catch. I would argue the catch that wasn't was a really good catch. And so there are encouraging signs from a guy that, if hand up, I had kind of written off. And when you were seeing John Fitzpatrick play more snaps than him, that was not a very good omen for him and where he was headed. But he seems to have at least, to some degree, answered the bell. Fair?
I'd agree. Yep, I would agree. And I think, it comes down to, don't just say, this is what our tight ends do. What can our tight ends excel in? And I think Matt LaFleur, I don't know if that's – and Musgrave's still not getting a ton of reps. They don't want him blocking. That's become fairly obvious to me.
Mm-hmm.
But getting him down on a seam route, running him, get him out, let him use his athleticism in a speed way, not in an explosive, I'm going to bowl you over way, which Tucker does. That's on your coaches to figure out what we can do because it's not going to be 15 big plays from him. If you can squeeze 3 or 4 semi-impactful plays out of Musgrave, you'd be pretty happy.
So you're going to pick him on Prize Picks?
I don't know what I'm going to do, but I went last week, Bo Nix less than 223.5. That was a dub. He was 212. Geno Smith, I went less. Completion percentage, that was a dub. Caleb Williams caught me, 58.9. Got that one, 54.3. Pretty good week for old T. But Josh Jacobs, that rascal, just that 21-yard run did me in. Great run. Not great for me on Prize Picks, but it was fun. We have a lot of fun on Prize Picks, don't we? It's the holiday season. It is the best time of the year for sports. Bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. They're all happening now. And Prize Picks is the simplest way to play daily fantasy sports. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds. Choose more or less on at least 2 player stats. Get them right. Cash in. Deposits are fast and easy. Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, more. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use that code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, Jell, NBA Cup action. That's some sweet, sweet action. NBA Cup going.
Who on earth has ever said the phrase NBA Cup action? That's some sweet
Let's be honest. We were excited last year with the Bucks.
Champions.
We were excited with the Bucks going to win a chip, figuring out where we wanted to hang that banner, everything else.
Chip.
Beat the winners of the NBA Finals in the first year of their dynasty.
We should have gotten that. Should have gotten us another crack at Oklahoma City for the whole World's Championship. Again, use code WI. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good
to be right. Jesse, do you think the Bo Melton question is the shortest question I've ever asked?
It is certainly in the running.
That's a tease. You'll hear it, and Matt LaFleur's answer next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with an offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Looking for the early gift for the basketball fan on your list? This holiday season, Fiserv Forum brings the heat with the Milwaukee Hoop Showdown. Friday, December 19th, the Wisconsin Badgers versus Villanova at 7 p.m. But first, UW Milwaukee takes on South Dakota State at 4. 2 big games, 1 electric night, all under one roof. Check off that holiday list and get your tickets now at FiservForum.com/showdown. The Badgers headline the action on Friday, December 19th, and you don't want to miss it. Visit FiservForum.com/showdown.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
It doesn't get any headlines just to be silently good. Big Fish Contracting, we say renovating homes, redeeming an industry.
It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
We're not only educating homeowners, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us. I mean, there's just such beauty in it, you know? If anyone is considering reaching out to us,
or you can check us out on our website, bigfishcontracting.com.
Craving that crispy, cheesy, thick Detroit-style pizza? Well, now you got it with Screamin' Sicilian. Screamin' Sicilian delivers the crunch, the gooey cheese pull, and that light, airy crust that you love, all baked in its own pan for those crave-worthy caramelized edges straight from your home oven. You got the cheese, the pepperoni, multi-meat, or supreme. It's like dining out, but without the hefty bill. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian, Detroit-style, thick, crispy, unapologetically screamin'.
People say buying a home in winter is tough.
But fewer buyers means less competition, and motivated sellers can mean better opportunities.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. When the perfect home appears, our team at Tony Wendorf and Associates helps you move fast, even during the snow.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service by simply searching online Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf and Associates.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
There seems to be a strong debate in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube discussion about whether or not Matt LaFleur is good or not still, which I thought maybe the last 4 weeks would have done away with some of that discussion, but apparently not. We'll get to that maybe in the 11 o'clock hour because, look, I want to be clear for, I don't remember who was asking this. We don't play these because we and I enjoy the sound of my own voice. We make fun of me for my long questions and Matt LaFleur pulling out his Keurig, but they are really interesting, in my opinion, jumping off points for conversations to have on the show. That's why we do it.
Jason, I'm just going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this, and I don't love giving you a ton of love. You get good answers. That's why we play 'em.
Thank you.
It's also a little bit of a flex that you ask a bunch of questions of the head coach on a regular basis, so we get to showcase that a little bit. And it's kind of you're not doing
good
that.
Answers.
We're doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse is.
I would be fine if they went back to the old days when these weren't broadcast, but that's never going to happen. So, Matt LaFleur loves him some Bo Melton. He was gushing after the game. Some might say glazing. I love Bo Melton. I love Bo Melton. Like, Bo Melton now, every time I see him in the locker room, has to say hello and dap me up. He's hugged me a couple times, which, again, I'm a hugger by nature.
Like big hug or like a bro hug?
No, like sometimes bro hug, but other times like a little longer than the typical bro hug. And again...
Like Aunt Cindy at Thanksgiving kind of hug?
Not quite that long. By the way, we have made she and Jeff big fans of the show now. They're listening. I think they might just be listening to see how often they get mentioned. But nevertheless, they're tuning in. But as a reporter, it's kind of over the line, right? Like I don't think I should be hugging players. But what do? You give them the Heisman? I'm not going to do that. I really like. He's a good dude. And everyone on that team loves him. As you will understand further from Matt LaFleur's answer to the question.
Uh-oh, hang on a second. Hang on.
Well, that really was a short question. I just thought my question,
he
and he knew what I wanted to ask.
Top of his little water bottle open
here. Yeah, did you see that? He started to open the bottle.
That is.
And he was so taken aback by the brevity.
He couldn't believe
Wilde
asked
no
the short
worthy
question.
from this. All right, let's see if this works instead.
I mean, he is a G. So, just his contributions.
I messed it up. Hang on. All right, I don't know how this all works.
I bet it's the pizza person's fault.
Yeah,
sure it is. It's the guy's fault.
Rewind. Back that up. All right,
you want to try it again?
Here
Mom
we go.
screwed this
Third
up.
time's the charm. No, this one's on me.
Wow.
What?
Never thought I'd hear that.
Why was it so important to keep Bo on this team?
Oh, Bo is one of us. He is made of the right stuff. He is a G. So, just his contributions, I think you could see it, just how excited. I mean, everybody's excited when you score a touchdown. But I don't know if you guys saw the sidelines and just how everybody reacted when he scored that touchdown. I mean, we've got to be careful that we don't have guys coming off the bench without their helmet on. So, but they were fired up for Bo, and Bo just, what you're going to get every time. You're going to get his absolute best. He is going to fight for everything out there, and what's so cool is just the moment's never too big for him, whether it's on special teams, defense, offense. And for him to be in that situation and make obviously a very impactful play was pretty cool.
The follow-up, not asked by me, asked by Wes Hodkowitz of Packers.com, was about the fact that Bo Melton continues to go to the meetings for both wide receiver and corner, and obviously is in special teams meetings because he's one of the kick returners. He's on all four special teams core units. Tausch, if you are a ball-knowing fool, you are a smart football player. How would you have managed? Let's say you and Gooch were playing both ways. How would you have managed going to the defensive line and offensive line meetings and practicing in both spots during practice?
Yeah, I've been fine. Would have been fine.
Okay.
Well, Jason,
sure
obviously it's a huge challenge, and it's hard enough to play one spot and to understand, all right, the nuances of it, what your plan is, and then studying the talent that you're going against, and, reading linebacker alignment and, what's going to happen in blitz pickup and short yardage. And so it's double the work. It would be – so Bo Melton, I would say, is the opposite of Jesse Nelson. Bo Melton is the anti-Jesse Nelson. It is, I am going to do extra for the same amount of money, whereas Jesse is looking and saying, how can I do less for more money? Because Bo knows his role on this team is to do everything that is asked of him. And I give Jesse grief, but Jesse does the same thing. He's going to produce our show. Oh, Jim, Matt, Molly need a producer, someone to step in. He'll do that. Oh, Prep Mania, he's going to go do that. So maybe Bo is more Jesse than we like to give Jesse credit, because Jesse has to do board op, then he has to host, and then he's got to produce the volleyball. He's got to do this. You have to figure out, what is my role and how am I going to be the best at it I can. That's why players love him. That, he brings a great energy to the room. Mm-hmm. And coaches love him because he's the same cat.
Right.
Coaches like sleeping at night. Coaches want to know, this is what I'm going to get. And when you have that, even though maybe there's a better wideout and a better corner as a whole, is there a better guy that fits what you need in that locker room right now? And the answer is Bo.
Jesse, just out of curiosity, since we brought this up, the Badgers' schedule for volleyball, are they the first game or the second game? And are you facing the same incredible hardship?
No, they're not hosting, so they'll have it'll be a dead set time. No cable guy on the road, right?
It is 9 minutes after the top of the hour. Tausch is going to be fired up about this. I will bring it up during the Wonelli segment to let you know all about our volleyball plans.
I didn't know if this was a short or a long conversation.
Yeah.
So that's a tease for the 11 o'clock hour. In the interim, Bo Melton works hard. Jesse Nelson sometimes works hard. You know who always works hard for you? Associated Bank. Best customer service in the industry with the awards to prove it, and all the great perks that you could be looking for. Early pay, having access to your direct deposit from your employer up to 2 days early. Credit monitoring. Got a big purchase you want to make? You want to make sure your credit is in a good spot to do it. They've got that. And, of course, fraud protection. I experienced that firsthand. They had my back the entire way and made sure we and our money were safe. On top of that, Brewers checking, Badgers checking, and Packers checking. It's everything you want in a bank, and it's local. It's not branches that make a bank local. It's roots, and their roots are deep in Wisconsin.
That's good. I can't believe you came up with that for Associated. That's pretty good.
Such a good line by Jason.
I deserve so much credit for coming up with that. Go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Hey, it's Gary Ellison for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking to escape the cold or take a midday break? Get your game on at Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center, where it's always golf season. Play more than 2,000 courses, including over 50 right here in Wisconsin. And even that famous course where they hand out green jackets. Top tech simulators, great food, and the best Bloody Marys around. This is your year-round slice of summer. Bays start at just $35 an hour, Monday through Friday. Book your bay today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' taste. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivatebar.com to book today.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella Windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Welcome to Jackpot Land this fall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all fall to win your share of thousands in prizes each month and earn entries into the big December Jackpot Land prize drawings. Your October, November, and December entries all count. Win thousands in cash or reward play. Welcome to Jackpot Land, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into The Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Metro Kia of Madison.
The 11 o'clock out begins now. We're going to save. We're not going to save Jesse talking about the volleyball schedule for the Sweet 16 for the Badgers and how that impacts his life. We will definitely talk about that during Monelli. We've got trivia coming up next. But we're going to save the Josh Jacobs thing because I thought Matt LaFleur's answer was really good. I want to get further into kind of the divide, even across ESPN Wisconsin, that there is Josh Jacobs and whether Gabe and Big Cat came around. I want to save that for tomorrow. I also want to save power rankings for tomorrow because those are really evergreen. I heard Jesse say something very interesting. And, of course, my first reaction was, well, he must have screwed that up. But then I looked it up on ESPN Bet or wherever I looked it up.
Not ESPN Bet. That's not a thing.
No, is that gone? Is that officially gone now? Are we done with that?
Yeah, Dunzo, ESPN Bet.
Okay, I just Googled Packers-Broncos line, and it's true. The Green Bay Packers are 2.5-point favorites in Denver?
Yes, sir.
I don't
understand. 5.5-point favorite.
Right? So help me understand why you think that is, Mark Tauscher.
I couldn't. Jason, I usually will bloviate and, 3 hours a long show. Simple answer here. 2 letters. Guess if you could tell me what those 2 letters are. Sort of. QB. The spread makers look at this and say, the Packers quarterback is just a lot better than what Denver has. That's the difference. Because defensively, probably coin toss. Coaching, I would bet that they probably give it to Sean Payton.
Even though they shouldn't.
Running game, it's probably a wash. Their O-line's pretty good. Our O-line is, they would think that their O-line's better than ours. This all comes down to they don't trust Bo Melton, and Jordan Love has shown enough that they think he's markedly better than Bo. That's what this is. Period. Thin.
Yeah, I guess I don't know enough about how Bo Nix is playing. I'm going to look that up while we're discussing it.
He stinks. But he's not very good. He's been clutch at late in games. He's made some big plays, but he is he has regressed. I think there was a stretch where rumors were circulating, and I think Colin Cowherd, your boy, who, by the way, is pretty tight with Sean Payton when Sean Payton worked at Fox.
Does he know
so
Mike
you
Patton,
can draw
though?
You can draw conclusions to how you want to draw them.
Okay.
This is not me reporting. This is me analyzing what I read and what I saw. I don't think Sean Payton fully believes in Bo Melton. And I think he would love to get a different. Depending on how this rest of this season, I think he knows we're not going to get to the promised land because we don't have a quarterback that can lead us there. Maybe I'll be wrong.
Bo Nix completing 63.2% of his passes. He has thrown 19 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, sacked only 15 times. His passer rating is 86.4.
Yeah, he's been fine.
I mean, he's been mid, right? Isn't that mid?
Yeah.
Is that definition of mid?
Why do you keep saying it like that?
I don't know.
Because he's
kind of like the way it rang. Mid.
Yeah, I would say he's mid. I think that there's a lot of issues with, he just is really inconsistent. But I think they've been able to win with him. And I know QB is not a win-loss stat until you're writing an article and you need to utilize that as a win-loss stat. But the Denver Broncos
are
winning.
11-2 with Bo Nix starting at quarterback this season.
They have a really good understanding of who they are and what it's going to take for them to win football games. And Sean Payton is a good football coach, no doubt. I think he's trying to protect his quarterback as much as he can, and then he's got to let him hunt sometimes.
Yeah.
This, to me, is going to be a game Green Bay needs to get off to a fast start, because if you can force Denver into a whipping it around the field, you're going to have a real good afternoon defensively. If you let them dictate running the football and play action and let Sean Payton get into his bag, you're going to be in for a long day on the other side of it. So this will be I think this is going to be a really fun game. Really fun.
And they lost Dobbins for the year, right?
Yep, they got a rookie, a big, thick rookie in there.
Harvey?
R.J. Harvey.
I didn't know he played for the Pirates.
Shiver me timbers.
Rest of the story. I don't know if he's related to Paul Harvey at all, but he should be.
Probably as slightly less related than Darian Kennard is to Dolly Parton, I would guess. All right, time for trivia. Jesse, I'm not even going to ask. I'm sorry. He pulled a switcheroo on you. We thought we were going to go 68. Suddenly it was 108. So I'm going to give you the floor, your category, and your caller number.
So a little bit of a twist here today.
Oh, dear.
I have prepared double trivia today.
On a what?
Yeah, on a Tuesday.
A Tuesday?
Uh-huh.
Did you run this up the ladder?
No.
Which we're the ladder, aren't we?
We would be, yes.
That's why I didn't run it up the ladder, because I figured there'd be some rejection from some of the people up the ladder.
You don't like rejection.
You know, we love Geography Wednesday more than we love Badger Tuesday.
But Jason does love when the questions are framed as...
I do love... I will... hand up.
Yeah.
I do love when
Which
you use this
Packer am I?
construct.
So today on a Badgers Trivia Tuesday, double trivia. Today, which Badgers athlete am I?
Okay, Jason does love this.
I do.
So I like
I
it.
do.
All right.
I do. Tosh, you're going to play along? You're going to play along?
Sure.
Okay,
I love
perfect.
playing along. You know that.
All right. Jesse, which two callers would you like?
Caller 10, caller 20.
That's kind of boring.
Why does Jesse hate streamers so much?
I don't know.
20 is
He doesn't like
plenty.
YouTubers.
20 is plenty
No, you
for
don't
the
like
streamers to get
YouTubers.
in.
Come on, let's do
call up
20.
dwellers. You don't like streamers.
Yeah.
I'm frustrated with
Some
doing that.
people say I'm a streamer.
You want
How about
30?
20 and 30?
Fine.
Okay.
20 and 30.
20 and 30. Caller 20 and caller 30. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Those two callers will play Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Iron Jock. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Looking for a new car, truck, or SUV? Now's the time to buy, because Ewald Automotive Group's year-end sale is here. We're saying yes to the lowest prices of the year on over 1,500 new and pre-owned vehicles. Yes to 0% financing. Yes to maximum trade values. And yes to no payments until 2026. Ewald's year-end sale. Now through year-end.
Go to EwaldAuto.com.
To approve credit on select models. Interest accrues from date of purchase. Expires month end.
Looking for a delicious meal without breaking the bank? Cousin Subs has you covered. Our $10 meal deal gives you a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub piled high with fresh hand-sliced ingredients, crisp veggies, and all your favorite toppings. Add a bag of chips or regular fries, a fountain drink, and a cookie, all for just $10. This deal's available online or through the Cousins app only. And you can enjoy your meal at home, at work, or delivered straight to your door, hot and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better. Available at participating locations. Offer subject to change.
Oh, my back.
Santa?
Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
The holidays are the perfect time to thank the people who make your business shine. At Alpha Custom Apparel, we help you create custom gifts and branded apparel that show true appreciation, whether it's polished polos for your sales team, cozy quarter zips for employees, or thoughtful giveaways for your best clients. We make it easy with fast turnaround, creative options, and Midwest service you can count on. This season, give gifts that build pride and strengthen relationships long after the holidays are over. Visit alphacustomapparel.com and start your holiday gifting today.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
God, the music, it just gets you fired up. Fired up! for Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Cousin Subs and Iron Jock.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Purchase $30 worth of Cousin Subs gift cards this month and receive a certificate for a 7.5-inch sub. And by Iron Jock, performance apparel that actually performs. No stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Quick question before we introduce our contestants. You just heard that. You buy, how much was it for gift cards and you get a free sub? Since we eat there a lot, is it IPT to buy gift cards for myself just so I can get free subs?
No, it's one of the perks of the holiday season.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, not at all.
I'm going to do that today, I think.
I love when the places have, like, you buy X amount of gift cards and you get a $25
Right. I'm going to eat there anyway.
I'm going to use it anyway. Might as well.
What if they frame it, you have to have it done by Jan 31, though? Like, they kind of, do you still
So you're
like
saying I
that,
got to
or
eat
you
a lot
like
of
having-
subs before the holiday season?
That's not a lot of time to use those.
Yeah, it's a quick flip. I think that's. I don't think you're allowed to do
Should gift
that.
cards ever run out? Should they give a time limit?
I think a year, yeah.
No,
I don't think so.
People paid for this. Is a Wilde and Tausch debate that over the last 10 years has occurred multiple times, but not everyone listens every day.
If your business goes belly up or it doesn't work, then you still give here's the window, get in here, we're shutting down shop.
Sure. Yeah.
But no, the same thing with lottery tickets. I think that's absurd.
Totally agree.
You have to go in and get it or you don't get it. No, I won.
Is there an expiration date on prize packs for Wilde and Tausch Trivia that if you don't pick them up on time, do they expire?
Great question.
Yeah, you end up getting an old hat. You end up getting an old hat from old TV.
Big CRT television that Tausch wanted out of his house.
Any questions regarding our contest rules, you can find the official rules all available at ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
All right, let's get to trivia because Jesse wants to tell us about how put out he'll be by the Badger volleyball schedule. So let's welcome in our contestants. First, caller 20 is Rodney in Milton. Rodney, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Good morning. Doing very well.
All right, good to have you. Caller 30 is a first-time contestant and in one of my favorite Madison bedroom communities, Joe in DeForest. Joe, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well.
All right, we're happy to have you both. The category, which Wisconsin Badgers athlete am I? Question number 1 to Rodney is this. I am the Wisconsin men's basketball player who was named Big Ten Player of the Week last week after scoring 30 points against Marquette and grabbing a career-high 11 rebounds against Northwestern. Which Wisconsin Badgers athlete am I? Am I John Blackwell?
John Blackwell.
Jack Janicki.
JB. We call him JB.
Or Mike Wilkinson. Correctamundo.
Boy, he has been good. He has been so good, man. Like his first halves in these last 2 games, he's been dominant.
You're right.
Shaka. A lot of great things to say about JB post-game.
All right. That is question number 1 for Rodney. Question number 1 for Joe is this. I am the punter who announced over the weekend that I'm one of the first Wisconsin Badgers football players to enter the transfer portal this offseason, at least for the rest of this semester. Which Wisconsin Badgers athlete am I? Am I Atticus Bertrams, Copernicus Martin, or Leviticus Lang?
A.
It's a lot of cussing right there, am I right?
Leviticus Lang would be a heck of a player, though.
Defensive end? Edge rusher, you think? Leviticus Lang?
Yeah, like an edge, like a Micah Parsons type edge rusher.
Feels very Micah Parsons-y. All right, Rodney, back to you. Question 2. After transferring from Oregon to play volleyball at Wisconsin, I am now 20 kills away from setting a new Wisconsin record for most kills in a single season. Which Wisconsin Badgers athlete am I? Am I Sarah Franklin, Mimi Collier, or Carter Booth?
B.
Mimi Collier, it is. Correctamundo.
Boy, she's been good.
Yeah,
she's been good.
She's really good.
Semi-finalist for National Player of the Year.
Yeah, she's fun to watch. Question 2, Joe, is this. Entering Week 15 of the NFL season, I currently lead my team in total tackles. Which former Wisconsin Badgers athlete am I? Am I TJ Watt, Andrew Van Ginkel, or Zach Baun?
Van Ginkel.
Unfortunately, no. You are Zach Baun. You are Zach Baun would be the correct answer.
What was the guy you thought was going to be our Zach Baun this year?
Simmons. Not Jeffrey Simmons. No, I saw he signed somewhere, though, recently. Isaiah
Simmons,
yes.
yeah.
Leviticus. Maybe if his name had been Leviticus Simmons, he'd have been better. Question 3.
Hey, what is it going to take to win a championship? I don't know. Let's just find the defensive player of the year for $2 million. That'd be.
You could easily shorten Leviticus to Levi.
Good. Levi and Plover. Yeah. All right. Question 3. Rodney. It's this.
Leviticus and Plover is pretty cool.
Very Old Testament-y, though. Question 3, Rodney. After transferring from Missouri State, I am the leading scorer for the Wisconsin women's basketball team so far this season, as we're off to a 7-3 start, including a top 25 win over number 20 Michigan State in our Big Ten opener. Which Wisconsin Badgers athlete am I? Am I Ronnie Porter, Kira Daniels, or Brianna Ware?
Oh, boy. B.
Kira Daniels is correct. Sound like a guess there after the oh boy. All right.
Yeah.
Joe, question 3 for you. I was named WCHA Goaltender of the Week after our top-ranked Wisconsin women's hockey team earned a pair of victories on the road against number 2 Ohio State over the weekend. Which Wisconsin Badgers athlete am I? Am I Carolina Harvey, Kirsten Sims, or Ava McNaughton?
B.
If you're not a Wisconsin hockey aficionado,
those last ones were tough.
I actually saw this headline over the weekend, so I did know this one. Ava McNaughton, correct answer there. All right, Rodney.
All right. What a
you
week
had a
for
great
Badgers,
day.
huh? A lot of stuff going on this week.
Yeah, I would have
a lot of winning.
preferred.
A lot of winning going on over here.
Hey, Jason.
What do you mean, nah? Women's basketball off to a lightning start. The Badger Hoops team just...
Yeah, I was going back and forth on whether I wanted to say now that football season is over.
Yeah, I thought about it too.
That's all.
We didn't say it though.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Jason, this is Joe.
Hi, Joe.
I know you follow. I know you follow Oshkosh basketball, women's basketball. My daughter actually played in the Final Four last year from Stout.
Nice.
So it's good basketball. It's great basketball.
It is great basketball, and I love that you are a proud father who can drop that fatherly brag on our program. Your daughter's name is?
Samantha Schaefer.
I'll say this, and I don't think if you live outside of the state of Wisconsin, we have a lot of people who listen that are outside. Division III sports in general, I've already talked many times about my affinity for that. But I'll tell you what, the WIAC in just about every sport has some really good competition. Women's basketball, men's basketball. I know the football programs are all in the playoff. It's phenomenal. So, Joe, while the questions did not work out for you, and you will not be going to the Final Four of our trivia contest that we haven't put together yet, cool story, buddy. We appreciate you sharing it. Thanks.
Thanks, man.
Joe will have 2 entries into Friday's drawing. Meanwhile, Rodney, you got all 3 right. You got 4 entries, buddy. Congratulations on that.
Awesome. Love you guys.
Nice.
I love you guys.
That is Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Iron Jock and by Cousins Subs. We have reached the point in the program when Barb, who did not show up for the Jesse Nelson show last night, loves to listen to the sound of Jesse's dulcet tones and some royalty-free music. Low Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
This winter, upgrade your home and your savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows, roofing, siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Get it done now and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our biggest year-end blowout. Call 262-800-4274 or head to extpros.com. Don't wait. These holiday savings melt away fast. Exterior Pros and Baths. Your home upgraded for the holidays.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
So the body knows that it needs to heal itself, but it doesn't know how to concentrate it and target it into just one area. So that's where we come in.
By we, Dr. Ashley Caravelli means the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, QC Kinetics.
We put in those treatments, then it sends out like little signalers to your body. We're able to make the body focus on the areas that need the most healing.
QC Kinetics has gathered brilliant medical minds like Dr. Caravelli and Dr. Mitchell Shinecup, a pioneer in the field of regenerative medicine, to lead the way in these innovative pain treatments.
So at QC Kinetics, we have a whole team working nationwide with cutting-edge research to reach our patients and treat them and know that surgery is no longer their only option.
The consultation is free. Find out if you're a candidate. Call QC Kinetics today.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Looking for the early gift for the basketball fan on your list? This holiday season, Fiserv Forum brings the heat with the Milwaukee Hoop Showdown. Friday, December 19th, the Wisconsin Badgers versus Villanova at 7 p.m. But first, UW Milwaukee takes on South Dakota State at 4. 2 big games, 1 electric night, all under one roof. Check off that holiday list to get your tickets now at FiservForum.com/showdown. The Badgers headline the action on Friday, December 19th, and you don't want to miss it. Visit FiservForum.com/showdown.
Any coach will tell you, games are won in the preparation. The same's true in cybersecurity. Trend Micro helps businesses move from reactive to proactive with cyber risk exposure management. That means real-time visibility into your risks across cloud, email, endpoints, and networks. For over 35 years, enterprises worldwide have trusted Trend Micro to prepare, protect, and perform. Don't wait for the next threat to blow the whistle. Get secure now at trendmicro.com, because the best defense is being ready before the game even starts.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta restaurants And thank you, Milwaukee.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch, and I've got the perfect gift idea for you. A holiday design gift box filled with all your favorite Kringle flavors from Racine Danish Kringles. No wrapping, no stress, just pure holiday joy. My family and I love it when the Kringle box from Racine Danish Kringles arrives at our house, and you can have it happen too. Go to Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH to order today. Racine Danish Kringles is the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. Racine Danish Kringles, it's not just a treat, it's a tradition. Visit Kringle.com.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
You're listening to Wilde & Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Time now for Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde & Tausch.
I knew Tausch would be fired up about this the second that I saw it. After last week's not a tangent, not a monologue, I don't know what you want to call
diatribe
that you went in on with Wisconsin Volleyball's start time as a host site for the opening round of the NCAA tournament, with a start time being uncertain as the second game of the day.
Whenever we may, you guys just show up and then we'll come when we want, kind of deal. Cable guy-ish.
Cable guy start time, yeah.
And by the way, I was critiqued by the Academy, who is, I appreciate the Academy. They give good
we all
feedback.
Do. Yeah.
They help a lot with a lot of things with our show. And I received some very stern, basically, that take that I had sucked, is in essence what I heard from the Academy. Like, do you not understand capitalism? And blah, 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 blah. And I said, yeah. Okay.
Those are all the same things we said on the show, and you just didn't listen to us.
Well, it's always different coming from somebody else, too. You know that. So I just, okay, you know what? I was wrong. Host teams always play second. They never are cable guides. So, Jesse, can you tell me the schedule for the Badgers? We're not hosting this week.
Yes, in the regional semifinal taking place Friday in Austin, Texas, hosted by number one seed
Austin, Texas.
Yeah. Well, maybe you can get down there on Friday to watch number 1 Texas host number 4 Indiana in the first
good matchup.
In the first
that is
game.
Texas. Jesse, Texas is the second favorite behind Nebraska. Is that fair?
They have been the number 2 team almost all season long.
So they are the big kahuna. They are the Buffalo Bills, Green Bay Packers. Like, they are a marquee. You're going to want to make sure they are highlighted and will fill up the stadium.
Yep.
Okay, continue.
Texas and Indiana, first serve set for just after 11 a.m. Friday on ESPN.
Whoa, just wait. Their first serve is set as the host committee and host team? I was told that doesn't happen in volleyball.
And 30 minutes following the conclusion of that match, 3 seed Wisconsin and number 2 seed Stanford will meet in Austin in the second match of the regional semifinal in Austin. Cable guy start time back in play Friday afternoon on 100.5 ESPN Madison, 620 WTMJ, and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Apologies, boys. I would like my apology now, not later, please.
No. So here's the problem.
What do you mean, no?
No,
What do you mean,
I'm not
no?
apologizing for it. This makes no
Why
sense
are you not
whatsoever.
You said it never happens. You said it's unheard of. That's what you told me.
I don't know if I said
what
that.
you said. Play the tape back.
Yeah,
That's
play
exactly
the tape.
what you said.
So here's my dilemma. On the one hand, I hate the fact that the NCAA / University of Texas have set this up in this manner, because it leads to our esteemed colleague Mark Tauscher being able to claim
a victory lap.
A victory.
Yeah. Ball knower.
Schedule knower.
Volleyball
He's a BSW.
knower. Yeah.
BW. Anyway. But on the other hand, I kind of love the fact that because of this, it has put our other esteemed colleague, Jesse Nelson, back in the jackpot of not knowing if he's going to have a 20-minute pregame or an hour and 20-minute pregame.
We get to do it again. Yes, sir. Could be.
So I'm conflicted.
Yeah, Texas is the number 2 overall team. Could very well sweep Indiana, and we could have a first serve for Wisconsin around 12:45 and have to go quick and be ready to go. Or Indiana could give them a fight. Indiana's first NCAA tournament in 15 years. They're on to one of their best runs they've ever had as a program here. And they could
Signetti coaching them too?
He might be. He might step in there for Friday since he's got a bye. So they could give him a fight, and we could be on the air for upwards of almost 2 hours, taking you up to first serve. That is the glory of volleyball, that as an untimed sport, you never know how it's going to play out.
I'm sorry, maybe I should have asked this first. Are we being preempted by volleyball?
No. Our coverage will begin, as our little graphic says here for those watching on the video stream, our coverage will begin after Wilde and Tausch at 12 p.m. on Friday.
Okay, and they will not play. They will not start playing before our show is over?
Correct. Texas will. Texas.
We know that for
they're
certain.
starting, and Texas is starting, yeah.
All right. So basically what we're saying is Texas and the NCAA doing something that has never been done in the history of college athletics actually prevents us from having a conflict, so we should be thankful that they did it this way.
Thank you, Texas. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your scheduling service.
You know what, guys? I appreciate good feedback and criticism. I do. I know you guys sometimes think I like to be coached. You know that. I like when I'm wrong, and I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not always right.
No,
and I don't mind as long as it's in a respectful, good dialogue. I enjoy it. And listen, man, we spend 15 hours a week. I'm not going to always be right. There's going to be some ball knowledge weekends that aren't good, that I don't know jack. But when I am right about something, and it literally throws itself in your blanking face the next week, and I ask you to apologize, I want an apology.
I understand what you want. Why won't you give it to me? Because I think I know that I'm not the Academy's favorite person either. Although the overwhelming opinion on the movie thing is fairly consistent.
Sure.
I think you were wrong about the Badgers, and now Texas joins you in the circle of wrongness by scheduling the home team first. It makes no sense.
Nebraska, who plays and hosts the later semifinal on Friday night, the number 1 overall team.
If you say they're playing first there, too, I'm going to be really mad.
Nebraska has the second match in Lincoln.
What are they doing in Austin?
So Nebraska following the Wisconsin model, Texas following the Texas model of playing first.
Hey, get Sheffield on the horn. Why is Texas doing this?
You guys are blasphemizing me. My brothers blasphemized me for the take. I turn out a week later, not even a week, 6 days later, I'm right, and no apology, none of, you know what, Tausch, I was wrong. You guys are going to die on this hill when it literally spits itself back in your face?
No one's dying.
Apologize.
On any hills.
Just for curiosity.
Jesse, apologize.
So there are 2 other regionals. Number 1 seed Kentucky, hosting the early shift on Thursday, plays in the later of the 2 games. Yeah. Number 1 seed Pittsburgh, hosting the semifinals taking place on Thursday night, plays in the first game. So it's
what are we doing?
Very interesting.
It's not the same whether it's an afternoon or night. There's no rhyme or reason to who decides they want to play early and who wants to play late. It's just up to the host school, whatever they want.
Am I going to get an apology?
Nope. Those
Jesse?
other schools that are playing their teams first are just as wrong as you were.
Am I getting an apology? Because I don't ask for a ton of apologies from you guys. Only when you're way, way wrong.
No, I'm not going to apologize. No, I think.
All right, deuces. I'm gonna close up shop. You guys can't fess up. If you can't fess up,
do you
and be
think
men
your
enough,
brothers? Hold up.
Yes,
there,
my
big fella.
older brother. I think my older brother was the one that really got after me. Pat was not. I don't think he was that interested. But my older brother was intrigued and gave me it. And I am certain tonight, after, when he listens to the show on a pod, we'll send a note and say, you know what, Mark, I apologize. I'm fairly certain.
I predict that Pat. Wait,
he's honorable. He's honorable. You guys are choosing not to be, and I am gonna.
This is not about
flash
honor.
Deuce. Don't make me flash deuce you. I'm gonna flash deuce if I don't get this apology.
This is not about honor.
What is it about?
I think, and again, I can't wait for you to report back tomorrow because I predict that your older brother will stand in solidarity with Jesse and with me and say it is ridiculous that Texas is playing first.
And Pittsburgh, who love their fans and don't want to screw with them and say, show up whenever we tell you to. We don't know when you're going to play.
So
your tickets are for the entire session. You want to
watch
tournament games.
UTEP play New Mexico. I'm sorry, I don't care. How many times are we going to go over this with you? You refused. So just so I'm certain of this, you guys refuse to apologize, right?
We have to break.
Jason?
Jesse, Tausch is leaving. I thought you deuced us. Get out of here. Leave.
No one's apologizing.
No one's apologizing. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, he's done. He's frozen. He's done.
Bye-bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Get out of here. Beat it.
We'll wrap things up without Tausch next.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
Want your brand to turn heads and win hearts?
Captivate Exhibits can bring your brand to life by transforming lobbies, creating history walls, and beautifying facilities.
For over 32 years, Captivate has been the MVP of trade show exhibits and workplace design and fabrication. Let Captivate craft immersive branded environments that tell your story boldly, beautifully, and with purpose at events and around the office.
Score big by making your next event or your own space unforgettable. Create something legendary by getting started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Right now, you can get 40% off your Iron Jock gear. Use code CHRISTMAS40. That's CHRISTMAS40 for 40% off your order. Shop now at ironjock.com.
The holidays are always a wonderful time to get engaged.
And this is the perfect year to do it.
Really? Why is that?
We have a special collection of double dog dazzling engagement rings for just $3,998.
Tell her what makes them double dog dazzling, Monica.
These bridal sets are covered in diamonds and have a 3-carat created diamond center stone.
Wow.
Or you can choose a 3/4 carat natural diamond for just $1,798. And Kessler's will contribute a free 14-carat gold mounting and mount your diamond in it for you.
Wow.
Or you can get 5 matching diamonds side by side that spread all across the top of your finger.
2 carats total weight.
5 big created diamonds in a ring that will rock the house. Tell her how much, Rick.
$1,998.
Wow!
Wow!
You guessed it, Sarah. We call it the Wow Collection.
18-month financing at 0% is available.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you and our holiday hours, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods. Now through Wednesday, save on 7 to 16 ounce selected varieties Barilla pasta, 2 for $3. 15 to 16 ounce selected varieties Bush's variety beans, 4 for $5. 1 pound selected varieties Land O'Lakes butter, $4.99. 12 to 40 count selected varieties Hefty One storage or freezer bags, $3.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Try this. Win free groceries from Century Foods. Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by December 31st.
This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Tausch is gone. He deuced us, B. And now we're going to deuce you. Thanks for coming along for the ride with us today.
Good.
Yeah, it sounded better in my head. That's it for us today. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella Windows and Doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Selling your home during winter may surprise you. Serious buyers are still out there and often more eager to move.
Homes get strong offers this time of year, and with less competition, your listing can really shine.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. Our team leads with faith, gratitude, and giving back, donating over $200,000 to local causes since 2020.
Tony Wendorf & Associates is ready to get to work for you with our white glove selling experience. Just search online, Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit BigFishContracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. It's Rich Eisen.
Hour number 2 of the Rich Eisen Show is on the air, and we come on the air saying things I never thought I would say into a microphone, which is the following. We're on Disney Plus and the ESPN
yes,
app.
sir.
And ESPN Radio presented by Progressive Insurance. We're live from the ESPN Disney Lower Manhattan studios. Yeah, we're in New York City.
Yes. Hey,
this is wild. And then here's this one. Phillip Rivers has been signed by the Indianapolis Colts in 2025.
Hey, oh my God.
Now, he has been signed to the practice squad, which means he's not playing against the Seattle Seahawks this weekend, people. But he is back in the NFL for the first time in 5 years. Oof. This is why he is eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Canton class of 2026. He still is if he stays on the practice squad. And what this also does is lend, as our friend Ian Rappaport in his latest post over the commercial break, as this story is just broken, is pointing out he was Phillip Rivers' instrumental. And I think we talked about it when the young man, if you will, joined us on a Zoom during the college football playoff run last year. Riley Leonard is I guess, protege of Phillip Rivers.
Right.
Phillip Rivers is somebody who's been in this kid's ear and certainly in this kid's life. And if Riley Leonard's going to be the one to go into Seattle for this 8-5 Colts team that has a shot at the division, as the shot at the playoffs that we all thought they have no shot with because Daniel Jones is done for the year. I mean, Phillip Rivers being on the sideline with an earbud or, whatever practice squad players are allowed to do might be helpful. And also, if anybody knows Shane Steichen's offense, it would be a guy that was with Shane and vice versa when they were San Diego Chargers together. Or it might have been the L.A. Chargers back 2017. Were they the L.A. Chargers yet? They were.
Yes.
They moved. Okay. Well, at any rate,
17.
Phillip Rivers. It's an easy call for the Colts to make. Hey, you remember? You haven't changed your number from the last time we spoke to you when you finished your career with us. Hey, you want to get in Shane's playbook again? You want to talk to Riley Leonard? You want to maybe get yourself in football shape, maybe throw to the guys during a certain portion of the week? I mean, do we see him under center for the Colts? Does he actually have the ability to come off the couch, come out of his home in Alabama, and play football in December? And you'd look at their schedule, too. I mean, these are games that they are already going to have their hands full with. And you look at some of the ways that some teams are finishing up their Final Four games. The Colts' Final Four is at Seattle, home for San Francisco, home for Jacksonville, which just beat them up, and then at Houston, which is beating everybody up right now. They're equal opportunity quarterback abusers right now. And that gauntlet in December, again, home dates are one thing. The good news is they're all indoors or in California. I mean, no, they're not. I mean, they're not. They're all indoors. They've got 2 home games, and they're at Houston. He's not playing in Seattle this weekend. I mean, that's just not happening. And so Riley Leonard, hopefully, is going to be healthy enough and get out there and do his best in a game that the Colts have to have.
I would be stunned if Phil does not play this year.
If he doesn't play this year.
They're signing him to the practice squad for a reason. That means they do have concerns about Riley Leonard's health. The knee is kind of banged up, right? Brett Rippon on the practice squad. Does he get elevated? Tyler Warren is the emergency backup quarterback. I think Phillip is a stable hand in case they need him, and I'd be shocked if they don't.
Well, I mean, he better be ready.
Oof.
I mean,
Phil hasn't just let himself go. I mean, he's been coaching high school football. I imagine he's in the mix in these practices.
Again, as we talked about with Jeff Saturday in the first hour of the show, neck up, he's ready to go. I mean, neck up. It's not like he can step out there and in live action be able to dissect the defense and figure out what's what. Quick twitch muscles that haven't been used in a while, the ability to, maintain throughout a 3.5-hour game. I mean, running around, trying to protect himself by getting rid of the ball obviously is one thing. Jonathan Taylor would be another way to protect yourself, is to get him going. But, I mean, this is a tall order and just a sign of two things. One, desperation. This is a desperate move. For a team that flipped all their first-round picks in the next two drafts for Sauce Gardner to try and bolster a run that at the time in early November looked like playoff bound. 8-1 teams usually make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
8-2 teams make the playoffs. Now they're 8-5, and Sauce didn't even play last week, and they're out of their draft choices to try and maybe choose a quarterback in the next couple drafts if Anthony Richardson ain't it. I mean, can he come back from the orbital bone? Is he just done for the year on an injured reserve? Can he come back from it?
There hasn't even been an update on Anthony Richardson.
Well, clearly them signing Phillip Rivers to their practice squad is an indication that Richardson's not around the corner.
He's not in their plans.
Or they figure a 44-year-old coming off of the couch in Alabama or whatever he's doing in Alabama. This is nuts.
It's wild.
And the other thing, too, is it shows once again, if I am an owner in the National Football League, I wouldn't be here. But other than that,
that's true. You wouldn't.
No, you know what? I'd be here because I love you guys. I love doing this.
We could be in the front office.
I love doing it.
You'd have an extra 2 hours, 3 hours.
We wouldn't have flown commercial last night. Let's put it that way. Okay.
Well, you were way up front anyway.
I know what you're talking.
I wouldn't have been reclining into TJ.
I wouldn't have been talking about.
You guys. Well, you were up there getting warm nuts and hot chocolate.
Oh, I know. I saw as soon as drink service started, I saw the wine getting cracked, and I knew what row that was.
Yeah, we knew what was going on up there. Well, this guy was sitting in my lap.
If I was an owner in the National Football League,
really?
Did you matter with you people?
Did he retire? Did you?
I would say the following. I would say, if I would 100% go in front of all of my fellow members and say, we all have to figure out a way to develop quarterbacks in this league. There, but for the grace of the football gods, go any of us, where we are now in December, fresh out of quarterbacks, calling 44-year-olds saying, what do you say? If Brett Rippon was up and ready, I mean, 2 weeks ago, think about this. The last visiting quarterback in Seattle had the longest day of his life and created the longest day of his life for everybody else on the Minnesota Vikings organization or anybody with a helmet and pads. And it's not a one-man game, I understand, but it's a quarterback-driven league.
Pretty dreadful.
Okay? Max Brosmer had one of the longest days of his life. Yeah. Riley Leonard is the next quarterback slated to go into Seattle as an opposing quarterback.
On maybe a bum wheel?
And if it's not him, because Phillip Rivers is not coming off the practice squad to take on the Seattle Seahawks this week.
No way.
It would be Brett Rippon.
Yeah.
And if it's not Brett Rippon, it would be Tyler Warren. I'm not kidding. And if this is the situation for an 8-5 team in the National Football League, and we are just fresh out of quarterbacks, you can't even sit here and say there's 64 quarterbacks that can play appropriately.
There's barely
for a
30.
team that needs them.
Yeah. Yep.
It's those days of the backup quarterback coming off of the bench and being able to. Was it this way when we were kids? I don't know.
No, quarterbacks played the whole year.
It doesn't feel like it. I get what the more quarterbacks have gotten mobile in recent times has resulted in more injuries.
Bumped around the league after a while. Like, where's Josh Johnson where you need him?
Right.
I'm just saying that. Where's the developmental league? Where are these leagues? The Europe leagues were so crucial. Ask Kurt Warner, who's going to be on our show later this week.
Well, I've been saying it. They should make all quarterbacks drafted play in the UFL.
Yeah, UFL. Trying to say that, it's right there.
These teams don't want to invest that because what if they get hurt there? Then you're wasting high draft capital on a guy that just got hurt. But now you're costing yourself games in the games that count by putting these guys who are unprepared and unready into these situations.
But Kurt Warner was undrafted. So there's got to be some undrafted quarterbacks that you could put into these systems.
Do you think Shedeur Sanders would have benefited from playing in the UFL this year?
100%.
He might have been ready to start week 1 instead of Joe Flacco, who was in his 40s. Yeah. And obviously we saw did not perform well.
I would have to think so.
Yeah. But when would he have time to have played in?
After he gets drafted, boom, you're playing in the league. Have the UFL start in April.
Something you could throw the remarkable amounts of capital at.
It's right
to
there.
Come up with a way that you are not in this position. And another way that, hopefully you strike lightning like the Niners did with Brock Purdy. Like lightning strikes sometimes, but that's so rare.
NBA has a summer league. Yeah. How many guys come out of the summer league now more prepared for the NBA season? There's nothing like that in the NFL.
Correct.
Major League Baseball has a full minor league baseball season.
Like
the UFL.
If there could be a way where you get 64 guys able to do this thing, and then you expand it to what? You get 90-something? I mean, that's a tall order.
Oh, that's a lot.
I mean,
well, every team has 3-4 quarterbacks on the roster.
I mean, this is part and parcel of what
that's
is
100
wrong.
guys.
That you're now, but again, we're in a seat of Disney in Lower Manhattan. This is a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Leave the 10 kids at home.
Yep.
Kiss the wife. I'm going to Indianapolis for a few weeks. And by the way, I mean,
and that movie ends with confetti.
I'll be honest. Let's be honest as well. This is a commitment. This is not fun. Like, we're having our fun with it.
Yeah.
But if you wouldn't mind putting up that schedule one more time here for the Indianapolis Colts, he is leaving his fam Christmas time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he is going to be away from the family during the holidays and New Year. Like, this is a commitment to sit down at the kitchen table, assuming, and having this conversation. He's not just doing this to just throw something at the wall, one would think. Like, they had to have a conversation of what does it mean to be on the practice squad, and then what would it mean for him to get out there. I mean, I'm sure there are many executives within the sound of my voice, potentially even around the scenery here of what is normally the get upset, that will be hitting their knees and praying to the football gods that the Monday Night Football game, Colts at San Francisco, would be Phillip Rivers starting against the 49ers.
I mean, that's very fun.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And then, their season on the line against Jacksonville and Houston, Phillip Rivers going against those teams. Because one would think it's not this week, and if he's going to be leaving the fam for Christmas and New Year's,
maybe longer.
Dad's gone, or maybe longer. Like, you're not just doing it to have an earbud in your ear, I would think.
No.
All right, so Brett Rippon started one game last year, Week 9, for the Rams against the Packers. They lost 20-3. He was 13 for 28 for 130 yards and interception.
I mean, again, the Jets were down a quarterback 3 this weekend. That was a wrap. I mean, you get down a quarterback 3, it's a wrap for most people. And all I'm saying is, let's come up with a system where maybe it's not a wrap. Maybe you find more Purdy's. And the thing is, interestingly enough, Purdy didn't have a developmental league, unless you want to call sticking at Iowa State for 60 starts is a developmental league.
That's the other issue, Rich, is a lot of these teams, like look at Anthony Richardson. How many career starts did he have at Florida?
Hardly
a dozen? That's right. The thing. These guys aren't getting the rep. That was a knock on Trey Lance, right? Didn't play a lot of football.
Right.
And they come into the league just unprepared.
Phillip Rivers.
I think the thing about Rivers, guys, is his game wasn't predicated by his athleticism, right?
Definitely
so
not.
It's not like you're going to look and be like, oh, he's lost a step there. It was all about what was up here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he took care of himself. He doesn't seem like a guy who went and hit the bottle and just ate a lot. He was still active. I was talking to a guy in Venice the other day, and we were talking about age of athletes. And I said, I think what Tom Brady did is going to be a little bit more normal going forward as human beings evolve, as training evolves. Maybe we're going to see this guy come out and do his thing, and we're all going to be surprised.
Venice, California?
You definitely went higher.
California.